she knows I've got more tricks under my sleeve. That's why she never wants me to leave.
She tell me, bad man, say I need your love. Say I need your love. Me need you close to me. Me till I say me, you stay on the road. That energy stay far away. Make it stay far away. Just give me love for the night. Give me love for the night. Yeah, we still time.
Sounds of Skepta, WizKid. Playing right here on the Elevation Show. Want to say welcome going out to Junior Carter. How you doing? Trauma Paul, Emmanuel, how you doing? Welcome. And Country Bookie, big up yourself. Thank you so much. That's right. We got it up there, loaded 6,000. Well done. Now, listen, tonight's show is going to be an interactive show. Tonight's show is all about you and your questions and your listening ears and your ability to take notes, as well as be a part of this show. And you know, the Elevation Show, we don't just play great music. We actually elevate the conversation. We elevate the vibes with real conversation about everyday life, health, healing, and things that really and truly matter to you. So if you have a topic that you'd like to discuss on the Elevation Show, if you yourself would like to come on the Elevation Show, then you can DM me or you can email me, the Elevation Show at proton.me. That's the Elevation Show at proton.me. That's right. Because it's all about we elevating together. We building a stronger community between us. And that's why each week we bring uplifting energy, soulful sounds, and powerful discussions that will help to inspire your mind, your body, and your spirit. So tonight's topic that we're going to be discussing, which is something that's come up and coming up quite a lot, especially recently with Donald Trump mentioning about the connection between paracetamol and autism. So we're going to be having a discussion tonight regarding autism, ADHD, herbal healing, and also about relationships. So if you have any questions in that area of that you would like to get any answers to, then our special guest will be here shortly, and we will continue with the show. But for now, while we get ready for him, we will continue just like this. She says. Okay, so it's not playing right now, so we'll get something else in there. Bear with me, because we need to get our guests together as well. So we'll just put this in. Continue to tap up the screen, people, and share the live while I'll get our guest in the show.
Sending love to my friends and foes, and I suppose I'm pleased to be chilling in the West Indies. I provide all my wants and needs. I got the sunshine, rivers and trees.
When me see Jah, me see a way. Drastically straight from hypocrisy, I say, hey. Everyone to them own a philosophy. I live the proper way and then me read a chapter daily. When they in a city hungry and no eat, and food they down a country just a chop off of the tree then. You see say poverty no real then, is what the reason repeated.
Who knows, who knows, who knows, who knows. I just go where the shaping blows, sending love to my friends and foes. And I suppose I'm pleased to be chilling in the West Indies. Provide all my wants and needs.
Remember, we're also live over on the YouTube as well. For those locked in on KB Play, you want to go over to the YouTube. Maybe you want to watch it a bit later on. It is the Elevation Show with Tricia O'Neill on YouTube. Country Bookie, big up yourself and thank you for sharing this live.
Information you think on your own, or else you're a slave to the things that you know. What do you know if you learn every day? So be careful of things where you say.
Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? I just go where the shaving goes, sending love to my friends and foes, and I suppose I'm pleased to be chilling in the West Indies. I provide all my wants and needs. I got the sunshine, rivers and trees. Hey.
Happy now we soul, but a happy now we heart. It is of importance, the I and I gather. If we cannot show now a balance that we are, how do we propose then to carry it abroad? When I go to Ethiopia, I do not have a plan. The building of a nation, and a helper on. Every one a lover, one a man is just a man. It shall be a coronation when we land.
Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? I just go where the shaving goes, sending love to my friends and foes, and I suppose
I'm pleased
to be chilling in the West Indies. I provide all my wants and needs. I got the sunshine.
while we just get ready for our guests. Thank you, Country Bookie, for your shares. Out of the sounds of Protege, alongside Chronics, with a thing called Who Knows.
Hey, what's up? It's Many Lights, and you're listening to Tricia O'Neill on the Elevation Show.
Big up your chest every yard. No weather nice like Jamaica. Baby rock I tell them Brian. Come on a pyramid. Hey, we fly all around. Go a leap and down. Collect no euro and pound, but them not nice like Jamaica. No we no up like Jamaica.
So we're just getting ready for our guests. Olivia Evans, welcome. Thank you for joining the Elevation Show.
Me just shell a one show over this man, but I'm not nice like a dance in a Kingston. Uptown Mondays are wedding now. Booms Mondays are one, so we heading out. Every night about 3 dance I keep on the dance from a spot and man shots and cheek. Me fly all around, but we'll leap a town. Collect no euro and pound, but them not nice like Jamaica. No we no up like Jamaica.
So I'm looking at my TikTok, and I'm not sure if I can invite my guests on my TikTok. I don't know if anyone listening knows how to do that.
No we no sweet like Jamaica. The great place of Rastafari.
Where is the at the bottom where normally you can invite a guest? Mine's grayed out. I don't know why that is.
Me a bully for mango cheese, so me no buy a supermarket. Still a load of hacky, so just forward with your basket. Real Jamaica, you know we can't stop from we have pear bread, fruit and plantain. Fly all around, go bully for town. Collect a few and pound, but them not nice like Jamaica. No we no up like Jamaica. Me not run the world, see what leap a girl. I wear enough diamond and pearl, but them not nice like Jamaica. No we no sweet like Jamaica. Land we love.
Loving that one. The sounds of Kabaka Pyramid right there, and a new one, Jamaica. I mean, Jamaica can't, you know, I don't know if it can get any nicer. Well, it can get nicer, especially when I'm there. I want to send a warm welcome to you if you just joined the show. We're just getting our guest settled into the show, just working out where he is. So we're just going to get him sorted. What I've realized is that on my TikTok, I wanted to add him as a guest on the TikTok. So I'm not sure if anyone knows how to actually invite him as a guest. He should be joining via the YouTube, to be fair, but not quite sure what's happening right there at the moment. So I'm just going to continue to play some music while I just try to find out if everything's okay on his side, what's happening on his side, and then we'll be right back. So let me try to get you some music.
Them system is a strain and a mess.
Continue to tap up the screen and share the live. Tap, come on.
You know it's a suffocation. The people living in a suffocation. We can't breathe. When the youth can't write and can't read, when they can't spell, but I love them a boy under. You can't tell them all different from woman. Yeah, the people never swell. The food that give we cancer, all and we are tell them about the benefits of ganja. Them not like the smell, so we not get no sponsor. Come and cigarette company, them running rampant, the money now flow. They get so stagnant. You have be strong like Junior Gang Flag, man. Me say me can't breathe. You know this a suffocation. The people living in a separation, we can't breathe, but people suffer it. Up in a system where no economic growth is, me say we can't breathe. In a this a suffocation. The people living in a separation, we can't breathe. When the youth can't write and can't read. In a the depths of this mental pollution, they want we take a dive. Living in destitution, but still we have survived. In spite of persecution, we humble as a child. Because this revolution is of a different kind. We have a different mind, and bring some different sides. Living in a different time. I can feel the frequencies changing around me. It's like the anxiety a drown me. Me say me can't breathe. In a this a suffocation. The people living in a separation, we can't breathe, but people suffer it. Up in a system where the economic growth.
I know they've been experiencing a bit of rain.
The people living in a separation, we can't breathe.
I know when it rains in certain parts of Jamaica, signal just goes, a little bit skewy. So we'll just give it a bit of time and see where we get some connection with him. In the meantime, continue to tap up the screen and share the live. And remember, write in your comments, in the comments, your feel good food. What is it? What makes you feel good? What's your favorite food that you go to feel good? What is it? Put it in the comments.
The people living in a separation, we can't breathe, but people suffer it. Up in a system where no economic growth is, me say me can't breathe. In a this a suffocation. The people living in a separation, we can't breathe. When the youth can't write and can't read. Oh, no. Skibbly bang, the Rasta man is chanting now. Aye, you know your bingy of his son, Babylon is burning down, yeah. A King Selassie, I wear the crown. Oh, no. Feel like I can't breathe, you know this is suffocation. The people living in a separation, we can't breathe, but people suffer it. Up in a system where no economic growth is, me say we can't breathe. You know this a suffocation. The people living in a separation, we can't breathe. When the youth can't write and can't read.
About the pyramid there. Thing called Can't Breathe. I love how he said that there's so many youths out there that can't spell, but it's that they've got us under. Yeah, man, enough time need to listen to the lyrics of the tracks, you know. Lyrics are what's going on in the music, because that's where it is. It's in the lyrics. Greetings to you who just joined. Knowledgable, it seems like I see you there on the old TikTok. Oh, okay. 1 second. Let me the stage. Greetings. You can see me and hear me?
Yeah, greetings. It's a bit low. I'm wondering if I should add
delay.
delay. I'm not sure.
No, there's no delay.
I'll turn on both me. Both of them turn on. I'm go try one of them. Greetings. You're hearing us well?
Yes, I can hear you very well. Can you hear me? We
Yeah,
can
but
hear
it's
you.
low.
Are you saying my sound is low? Greetings, Empress.
What you're saying is low.
Oh. Okay. We can hear you loud and clear over this side.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Could you say something again?
Yes, greetings. We can hear you loud and clear over this side. How you doing?
Oh, okay. I was trying to put it on a speaker, but it's not. I guess I gotta listen carefully.
Okay. Okay, so we'll just start off in the show, okay? So you're good with what you're hearing? You picking me up good?
Probably I forgot to use my earphone.
Okay. All right. Well, family, it's an honor right now to welcome back as a guest who is no stranger really to the Elevation Show. We first connected around 2021, 2022. And since then, I've watched his presence, his mission, and his family grow from strength to strength. Joining us live from St. Elizabeth right here, right now on the Elevation Show, we have Conrod Griffiths, also known as Knowledgable True Version. He's a herbalist, a motivation
Must be where my mic can turn up, man.
and a protector of women and children. Besides him stands his Empress, who is a qualified SEN teacher and herbalist, bringing her wisdom, care, and healer's touch to their shared mission. Right now, together, they are committed to reversing disease, supporting families who are navigating through ADHD, autism, and many other healing illnesses, and building a vision of community rooted in health. Their mission is empowerment and elevation. So right now, I'd like you, my TikTok Elevation family, KB Play Elevation, to welcome the True Version family to the Elevation Show. How you doing? Empress.
Thank you so much for having us.
Give thanks.
Welcome. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to see the two of you side by side as well. You know, I remember when I first interviewed Conrad back then when he was just on Facebook and he was blowing up on there and he was talking about how he wants to have his Empress beside him. And, you know, we did have a little talk about polygamy, which we might go into a little bit later in the show. But it's such a beautiful sight to see that he has started on his journey. And the two of you look amazing together. Amazing. All right. Yes, I. So Conrad, you call yourself a protector of women and children. What does that truly mean today?
All right. Based on all the true intentions of the system, and we go dive deeper into what the system is. The true intention of the system, the whole social media, Even diseases these days are designed to separate the homes, and it's it's a continuous loop in regards to children with trauma turning into man and woman with trauma, going to relationship with trauma. So, if we want to stop this continuous generational curse, we have to first, give love to our children and even the womb that carry the children, because you have womb trauma as well, which my Empress here teaches me about. A lot of women right now who cannot have a baby don't know that they're going through a womb trauma. It has
Yeah.
nothing to do with medication nor no pharma defect in terms of health. It's just a trauma of the womb, things that you have been through or gone through, some ill treatment from either your spouse or experience that have that occurs when you were, impregnated.
Hmm.
So, I take on the mantle of, saying that I am a protector of woman and children, meaning that I genuinely love woman, not only my woman, but other women, because if I love my woman, it would mean that I love my womb that I am with, but I ignore other wombs that are out there.
True, true. I like how you put that.
Right, right. Yeah.
Wow, wow. I actually like how you put that, because we do find there are some men that actually only really love their moms and they don't business anybody else's mom. Or, they only love their woman and no other woman. And, it's really refreshing to hear that it's not just your womb, but the other women as well that are also equally supposed to be loved and taken care of and protected. What does it, as a herbalist, how do you support your family? I mean, in terms of navigating, in fact, we'll get into that a little bit later on. But many men, because I hear you talking about other women as well, but many men avoid polygamy, and we can get a little bit deeper into this. But you actually embrace it. So why and how do you see it as empowering women rather than limiting them?
All right. This is a very sensitive topic, because what I've learned is that most of my friend women break our friendships, meaning ask my friends to choose because of this one reason. So they love everything about me except that I embrace this. And it never it never caused me to stop though. I lose a lot of friends because of this. So people would think that the only backlash you would get to say that up front you're polygamous is from women. But actually I lose male friends. No. Remember, even though this serve as an objective truth,
Hmm.
for the meanwhile, for who don't have the knowledge, I may say it is my opinion until the knowledge find the seeker. But for me, polygamy is the truth within me, not afraid to be the man who feed women with lies.
Hmm.
Because majority of the men, they feel the nature within themselves, knowing that they're polygamous, but because they don't want to offend their woman that they're with, they keep the lie rolling and
Hmm.
hoping not to be caught cheating, and even making the woman at the home a slave. What do I mean? Meaning The woman at the home will stay home, wash, cook, clean, take care of the children. But the side girl, which should be the other sister wife, getting all the boat rides, the trips, the slides, the dinners, which is very unfair. That is just, remember, this is just a slot. This is not the holistic part of it. I'm just showing you how I was thinking about it at first. And I'm saying, like, this is unfair because if a woman is serving you full time, why would you give another woman who is not brave enough to come home and help your woman with the task, with the children? Why would you give? It's like it's just an unfair game. It seems. You understand? Holistically, though, I also very render. I love all women, but I prefer women who understand polygamy. Why? Because if a woman know how important their home is and saving our families today, she would respect other women womb. So this also show me the women who I would want in my community, not even as a sister wife, but to show that women are working on their trauma because women has been traumatized for years in regards to even religion, hoping and praying that, guess what? Yes, a one man to your thing, and I should live on that lie. Not looking at it holistically and look at the biology of a man, the amount of sperms count, um, the nature of a man wanting to feel what it feels like to have another woman. Not only that, the few men who have found their purpose and found their gift, evolve into purpose, attach a business to it, and have this large empire when many kids are out there suffering to have a dad that have found their purpose who can be a teacher and a healer. So a woman that selfishly see a man like this and say that they deserve one woman, they are sabotaging other families that could come in and get the chance to indulge and prevent another boy child from going to prison, another boy child from being slaved by the system, the soldiers, the whatever, the law. Another woman that will go there and don't know that, guess what? A dad like me will give you the first rose you have received. So it's okay to accept flowers. You just imagine your daughter know what it feels like to get flowers, to know that it's okay to kiss your mom in front of you, to hug your mom and squeeze your mom bum. Yes, so she will not be the promiscuous woman who today's relationship, everybody's single, but yet they're having sex. She will know that that is not correct. Your relationship should be okay to be publicized because you're with someone that is not hiding. It's a very large topic. It's a whole can of worms.
And you know what? It really is. It really is. And me not cut you now, but me no say have I lost your sound? Are you sound gone? I'm not hearing.
No, I'm hearing you. I'm hearing you perfectly.
Okay, yes, because you know the topic is so vast, so wide, you know, and you just touched on a few things right there that you know opens up definitely a can of worms, but a can of worms that need to be healed. You know, when I hear you talking about the mother and the father openly being affectionate towards one another in front of the children, and so therefore not sowing a seed of promiscuity, but sowing a seeds of openness. And it makes me think about the Caucasian community. You know, I grew up with amongst a lot of Caucasians, a lot of Asians, being born in England. And you'll find that when they get together as boyfriend and girlfriend, it's never hidden. They walk on the street hand in hand, you know, whether they be 10, 11, 12, no matter what age them is.
Right.
They will all make everybody know that this is my girlfriend, this is my boyfriend, right? And
Right.
most of them, before they even have children, they're getting a house, they buy a house, or their family help them buy a house. And then, you know, they have their job, they get married, and then they
Right.
start having children, you know, whereas in the Black communities, and I do wonder why this is, that we tend to want to hide, you know, and it's also, it's a big topic, and we're going to get into all of it tonight, people. So, you know, hang tight. Delion, big up yourself, and use the big up yourself. Greetings, my brother, big up yourself. Hang tight, you're going to get some tonight, right? So it makes me wonder why it is that we as a Black community always seem to want to hide the man or the woman that we deal with. Why?
All right. All right.
Where's that come from?
All right. The truth is the lie we live. And it's tied with subliminal programming.
Mm-hmm.
The truth is the dogma religion has done us more harm than good. But I not even want to touch on religion, because that too is a serious sway that may swing us too far from the topic.
Mm-hmm.
However, it's it's like it's like we owning our shoes. It's the word own.
Right.
It's the word own. All right. All right. I'm gonna spin it. I'm gonna spin it. The other day my Empress and I went somewhere, and people were so wow when my woman said that she does not want a traditional wedding. She's not interested in marrying. They were like, oh, really? So the first thing one of the women would say is that, so what if something happened, and and someone come and have your man with all that you have worked for? Then here we go again. Here we go. So I'm gonna come back to what you're saying. No, I say to my woman when we're talking, I'm saying that if a marriage has to keep us together, what if we don't have the marriage? We would be separated. Because the truth is, something tie us. But why do we have to invite the government in our relationship? Not only that, the true meaning of the word marriage, most people don't look it up.
True.
Most people don't look it up. And the greatest spell in marriage, for better, for worse, worse is infinite. It has no limit.
Mm-hmm.
So most person don't realize that the pastor divorced them before they married them. What do I mean? For better, for worse is a spell over your relationship. Well, even that word she said she doesn't want to use anymore, and I understand, but I spell it different. I said relay, like you're running,
Yeah.
passing the baton, and the shun with the ship. We're both running a ship. And remember, if you come from the left and I'm on the right, the ship will capsize. So we break that word down. So so we write relay, relay. So someone have to pass the baton, because you cannot run. One person cannot run a relay. If you're watching a race, if one person mess up in the race, the whole entire team goes down.
That's right. That's right.
So it's we redefining what they have give us to work with. If we don't do that, everything on the social media is a lie.
Absolutely.
Everything on the social media is a lie. Everything they give you to work with is a lie. Everything they give you can be taken back. The social medium, the lifestyle, it is gonna be left with the decision that you and your significant other chooses. Yeah, no one is leaving this planet alive. So why are we hugging up the man-made rules and law they gave to us. But at the end of the day, what will happen? We all, the spirits stay alive and reincarnated. Well, if you have found your purpose and continue it. If you have found your purpose and continue it, yes. But some people stay long before they reincarnated, and that is just another topic as well.
Absolutely.
So if we're going, why hold on to validation? All right, listen to this before I forget. Suppose I tell you that majority of the people who are afraid of polygamy relationship is just because of what their mother would say, their church would say, their community would say. Listen, if majority of the people, if they could move to an island where nobody know them, the women would be in the house with two other women because no Auntie Jane cannot curse me to say what kind of oh boy, you're so docile. Do you see that the man is manipulating you?
Right.
Majority of the women, and guess what? Even so, when they say that it become a success, like my women in the future, but for the time, me one woman soldier, they see that they are at home taking care of the children, finding their purpose, making their money from home, and being successful. Guess what? The family member, suddenly the one that is cursing you said, oh, well, I didn't like that, but it seems like it's working. But the people.
Well, you know what? There is so many different ways in which we can look at it, and some people don't seem to have a problem. I think it's a lack of understanding of what polygamy really is, and we're going to get into it a little bit more in the show, but we just want to open it up for those that are listening right now. I want to say a shout's going out to DeLion, who's also dropped in a couple of comments. First of all, he asked if you're Muslim. If you're Muslim, and also he's saying that polygamy is no issue for him as long as there is trust and no lies. So that's the lion on TikTok, saying that where polygamy is concerned. Now I just want to kind of park that a little bit, because polygamy is such a broad topic, and the rhyme and reason for it all, we're gonna just pin it for a second, because what I want to do is open up the conversation into how you as a herbalist as well. Christine, welcome, thank you for joining. You as a herbalist, how does it help you to support families navigating with ADHD and autism?
Yeah, as an herbalist, well, all right, so at the moment, as an herbalist, through suffering and growing in the country with my granddad, not paying so much of attention, but good thing we have something that is called subliminal memory. So even when you're not looking through imagery, the advertisers use this, knowing that anything you see for long, you will become. So, becoming into an herbalist, it chose me. And then found this wonderful lady, that, was a Jamaican, born Jamaican, spent, some years in England, and then, I've experienced also with special children. In Jamaica, we don't use the word that word anymore. We call them special. So, and also she's an herbalist. Had her established business, was selling, top seller for Batana oil and so forth. I wouldn't say it's easy to create a formula, but what I know was what I always say. Man and woman, when you're choosing a woman or a man, everybody is already programmed. So choose someone that is close to your program. So we have found out that our programming that we had is close. So when we put them together, now it seems easy. And we're working with children at the moment. Our bestseller is a product that we have, And I want to make this declaration clear first. We do not heal autism, neither ADHD. What we do is we control and assist with symptoms, especially speech delay. Because for myself, as a biochemist, my lady here, as an herbalist and a SEN teacher, so special education needs, yeah, working with these children, the formula that we have put together, it may seem hard to people, but autism is a wide topic. Some person thinking that their child is autistic when the child just have a trauma. The child have a trauma and the child is so hungry in the heart, the child stop speaking because they are souls. They are true souls. They are not corrupted like the adults yet. So if you do something deep to them, they will stop talking. That is just one instance. So I'm showing you that we ignore that. That one, herbs would help. There are other things. That one is communication, love, attention, as my friend would say, TLC, tender loving and care. Allow this child to speak out, to act their emotions. Don't be a police in their lives. Feed them well. Eat what you want them to eat, because a child does not do what you say, but they do what their parent do. There is so much. So now, as you mentioned, we have, formulated a remedy for children, assisting them with, autism. We are doing consultation with the mothers as well, where the specialist here is giving them a nutritional schedule, telling them how to set their homes, because there are some specific. Do you know that your child can have triggers in the homes? You can imagine your child was under a tree when they were young and a lizard jumped at them, and you buy a lizard looking alligator stuff and place it in your home.
And you didn't even know, imagine.
Right, that is just an example. Right. So I'm gonna put her on the floor to give you just a breakdown of how you could deal with, if you're a mother here and you have a child with autism, just some, simple steps of what you could do, different from the remedy that we formulated that remove mercury from the brain. The left hemisphere of the brain controls the. Most of these children, yeah, all we do is detox them. Yeah, and from this mercury start removing, you will realize that your child communication skills and understanding is increasing and wanting to communicate. So it's the miracle. It seems easy, but trust me, it's a milestone that need to be passed.
Right. I just want to shout out to those listening right now on the KB Play. Welcome if you just joined. We have our special guest here, Knowledgeable True Version and his Empress True Version, live with us on the Elevation Show. And also a shout's going out to our guest here over here on the TikTok as well. Delion has put pets and Country Bookie has put cats. I think that might be in relation to the animals and trauma that the children might have experienced, within the home, or even have trauma within the home. I just want to remind you, tap up the screen and share the live as we have this lovely dynamic threesome of conversation here tonight. We're going to get some of everything tonight here with these knowledgeable people. Now, as your Empress, as you said, is a SEN teacher.
Right.
And I think you were just going to allow her to give us some examples Am I right? As some examples of
Right.
how.
We're just gonna talk on the whole autism and ADHD children, as you mentioned, because she has taught me some things as well.
Yeah.
So just wanting her to share a little knowledge on it.
So it's basically, I don't know how I dropped into this regarding doing consultations and speaking to parents and having them in a group and everything and helping them as they go along. But I guess it's my purpose. So it's just simple things that they weren't aware of that I point out to them during our consultation. This is to do with the gut health. So that's our first stage, cleaning the gut, because we have to clean the passage where the detox is going to go through, because there's no point detoxing if you're not cleaning the passage that is going to escape through. So you clean the gut first, and we go on to the Zia Kids, which we offer. It's a heavy metal detox, and it's got herbs in it as well to help to dispel parasites and worms. Okay, so it's got a binder in it as well that removes the parasites and the heavy metal detox safely. And then we concentrate on infections, because most children who are under the spectrum has a lot of infections. They get a lot of infections. Sometimes parents have to get them on the antibiotics, and that's a no-no. So we help them to remove that with herbal remedies. And also the brain development. We concentrate on the brain development loss. So that's our fourth stage. So it's the stage that we have. We have 4 stages in a protocol. And removing the foods, the colored drinks, the snacks, everything that is on the supermarket shelves, we get rid of all of those. All of the glutens, the dairies, the cheese, everything has to go. So even your water. So I always struggle with parents overseas because of the water situation. So I always encourage them to buy a water distiller. Yeah. So basically that removes everything from the water, good and bad, and then replace it with Celtic salt or pink Himalayan salt and keep them on CMOS. So it basically puts back the nutrients, the vitamins and the minerals back in the body. And we do a lot of smoothies as well, and a lot of soups for the picky eaters who we try to hide things in the smoothies and the soups that they don't normally would eat on the plate. A lot of picky eaters, most of the reason why they don't eat much as well is because we compact everything. Like you're giving an average child their plate. We have to spread it out. So the plates that have the compartments, so you spread it out and give one vegetable at a time on the plate. So that helps them as well. So it's just little things that I speak to parents on about, and they're very, very grateful because they don't hear this from the specialist. You know, they don't hear the things that I talk to them about from the specialists, and they've been trying it and they've been having great results.
One more thing before she mentioned about the gut. When I realized how much the gut, you know that if your child is constipated, their mind cannot function. I just want to put that into perspective, because there was one experience we have when one of the child started to take our Zio kids. They passed a feces that was like, the mother called it a elephant feces, and suddenly that breaks the norm of speech. Suddenly, because to me, what I realize is that if the brain is not functioning, like when you go out and you want to defecate, but you save it until you forget about it, you realize you don't want to defecate anymore. Everything in the body is concentrated and work through receptors. So if the child is not concentrated on drinking water, they won't drink water.
Yes.
So the gut is attached to the brain. I figured out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to make that point.
It's very much because I had a parent the other day, and it's one dose she gave her son to go to school. And she messaged me later on the evening, showed me his bottled water, because a lot of children on the spectrum, they don't drink a lot of water, and they don't go to, like in classroom, they don't go to the toilet very often. So when she showed me the bottle of water, the bottle of water was empty. She said, "This is the first time you've ever drank so much water." That she always brought back the full bottle of water. So
Wow.
just simple things, and it's very important for the parent to have the consultation with me, because before that she was removing certain things from the diet. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you for that. Just going to the comments, Delian is saying that yes, probiotics is best for them. And also probiotics is a must to assist the gut and the brain, and that's one thing we do talk a lot about here on the Elevation Show, is the gut microbiome and the connection between the gut, which I call the first brain, because it's actually what gives the signal to your brain in your head.
Exactly. Yeah.
So really the gut is your first brain.
So basically, she speaks about probiotics. Did you know that the alternative for the probiotics that's in the shop is actually burdock root?
Yes.
Yeah.
Say that again, please.
The burdock root is the alternative for probiotics that's on your shelves. So you can just you can use the root in soups, and you can use it to make a tea, and just put it in the fridge cold and give it to your children and yourself. Yeah, that's your probiotic.
Absolutely. And from a SEN teaching perspective, what would you say are some of the biggest gaps in supporting children with ADHD or autism?
The biggest gap is the actual specialist that comes in and work with the parent and the child. So the parents usually depend on the specialist, and as we can even imagine that they will be working with these specialists all their life, and parents scared to go or even think of going the holistic way. So that's a massive gap. A lot of parents now are turning to holistic, but not enough.
Yes, because there's not enough information, I suppose, readily available to them. How do you think that parents and schools could work together more effectively then? What sort of things would you want to put in place?
It won't happen.
Hey, I have something to say, but I have to leave her because she asked a question.
Because they won't be able to make any money off the children.
Right. Yeah. Well, we know that sickness is money, isn't it? Really.
So we don't really even need to go any further on on that part, because it's not going to happen. It's for the parents to step out and do what they need to do.
All right. Motivator, Tracy and the motivator. I'm gonna slide this. Elevator, the motivator and the elevator. I'm gonna slide this one in. Suppose I tell you that majority of the kids with ADHD, this is my opinion, but one day will be found out that it's the objective truth. Most of the children with ADHD and autism, main root cause is the same thing we're talking about with family planning, where the woman was not designed to do a 9 to 5. When you wean the child too early, the child spend majority of their life around a babysitter, at home by themselves, around a tablet. Most of these children need attention from either one or two of the parents, but because of the family lifestyle today, I have to work, I have to go and pay bills, I can't sit with a child. The work said that I only get a maternal leave of 2 weeks or 1 month. And guess what? The child burn in the middle. I know this one is a sore to someone's heart, but I have to say it. I have to. I have to. Proper family planning will assist with the attention of our children, meaning man and woman stop the fighting and burning the children in the middle. Meaning, yes, we plan things out. We
Yes.
go on duties. Yeah, man, it really play a factor. I wish me could have gone in some family and help some people and drag one over here and come this side, but
Yes.
it is what it is. It is what it is.
Wow. It's
So
so true. DeLion. Oh, Country Bookies just answered. I was gonna answer it's burdock root. You are so right. And not even just nowadays. I mean, even back then,
Right.
the whole multitasking concept that we had back then of how many, you know, like you said, weaning the child early. So you imagine back then when you didn't have really babysitters, but you left your child by themselves in a house by themselves. You might have told them to just lock the door, don't come out, stay in the room. There's your tea or whatever. You drink that till I come back. You know, the kind of thoughts and feelings that might have been going on in that child's mind and the things that that child might have been experiencing at that time. And they have nobody to talk to about this. That in itself is a trauma.
Right.
You know, right?
Right.
These things, when you find that you don't feel safe in your own home, to even talk to the people in your own home about what you're feeling unsafe about, that in itself then sets about where you don't have any boundaries. Boundaries are not in place. You've got trauma from being left by yourself. And then now you're being left with, as you say, babysitters who are probably on their phone, chatting, cooking, listening to music, doing all kind of manner of things. And that child, like you say, is being burnt in the middle. And nobody sees the impression that is being left upon this child until
Amen.
that child becomes an adult. You know,
dysfunctional
so
adult with
This
dysfunctional nervous
dysfunctional
system.
adult with dysfunctional nervous system. I'm just repeating what she said.
yes, absolutely. So how then, and I put this to both of you, but for the Empress, how then do you feel that we as mothers can be more attentive? Okay, you imagine you haven't come from a home where attention and nurturing was given to you, and you're now a mother. How can you become more attentive and nurturing to children when you don't know what that actually even looks like, what that feels like?
So that you would have to take that on as a priority. So that would have to be on the forefront of your brain at all times to take that as a priority. So no shouting, no screaming. The environment has to be positive, has to be loving. You spend a lot of time, as much time as possible. You massaging, hugging, cuddling, kissing, every nice thing that you read about or you see the other parents doing to their child, you have to make it a priority to do with your child. That because they are feeding off your dysfunctional nervous system, your dysregulated nervous system. That is what ADHD actually is.
Say that, please. Say that again.
I was just going to say that. To say that again for me, please.
So the child is protecting you at all times. Their brain cannot function properly because they're protecting you because you live and provided such a chaotic environment. They're on edge all the time. So they take on that energy, that dysfunctional, dysregulated nervous system that you have been traveling with since you were a child.
I'll call bumper come up on me and they want to see you.
So it has nothing to do with the child, but everything to do with the parent or guardian or the persons in their energetic field.
Right. So
Which-
imagine you so I hear you touch on the dysfunction and the dysregulation of emotions. So are these what you're saying are some of the signs and symptoms of ADHD in women, that they're unable to regulate their emotions, or is that what you're saying is a
It's something
I'm
that we weren't taught.
asking for those listening,
Yes, yes, because we weren't taught about this growing up. And many
Right.
people speak about, heal your trauma, healing your nervous system. But not many people really tell you really and truly how to do it.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for saying that. It's the how to. How do I heal a nervous system that I don't even recognize is my nervous system and that is dysregulated?
Okay, so say something happened and you get annoyed and angry. So basically, you do not react. You can respond, but you do not react. When you respond, you try to respond positively, but always have it in your mind that you need to listen. If it affects you, that means it's something that you need to sit with. So, healing your nervous system is dance a lot, move your body, don't be scared. When you're in the home with your children, dance, put on the music, move up your body. When you get upset, when you get so upset, someone upsets you, turn on the music and just dance. That's how you regulate your nervous system.
Yes.
Keep moving that body. Don't build a story in your head. Don't build a narrative and just carry it. It will have you in this worry mood always, thinking the worst at all times. Be silent. Not a lot of people can sit down for 5 minutes on their own.
Without
You
a
have
phone.
to practice
Without
that.
a phone.
Yes, especially nowadays. I mean, we've been brought up with this short attention span. It doesn't help when we have things like Instagram and TikTok where videos are only like 10 minutes long. It really has cut the attention span of many people, even adults, so much less children. You know, that was one of the ways I used to regulate with my with my children, not realizing at the time that this was going on, but I just knew that helped me. With my children, and music was playing all the time. I'm not really a TV watcher.
Simple. That is just, it
watcher,
sounds simple, right?
Yes, pure music all the time. Different types of music for different types of things that are going on throughout the day. But the music was easy because it helped to allow the emotion to flow rather than get stuck in one place. And where I feel, as you said, you now are dysregulating how you express that emotion. Talk to us a little bit, Empress. Talk to us a little bit about some more of the symptoms that you could find in women. It is particularly important because when we talk about mothers and fathers, I know we say parenting, but I prefer to use the word mother and father. All right. And when we step into those roles, usually, and I've heard it already throughout the night, that the mother is the main teacher of the children. The mother is the main nurturer of the children. The mother is the main caregiver for the children, or should be, based upon society and the way that it's just made up. So imagine now we have these women who came from homes that didn't have any of those built up, no boundaries, no real caregiving. They've got these signs and symptoms. They're growing up their children. They're in a household with a man who doesn't really quite understand the female emotions. He just sees it as she just miserable. Oh, she just this and she that. How can we as a community help or even see these signs and symptoms and then go on to support these families or homes so that they can be successful mothers within their role with their emotion? Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
I see it all the time. All the time I can spot them. It shows up in so many different ways in a relationship, how you respond to people, to a comment, how we respond to in a conversation. I can literally tell sometimes what they've been through without even asking any questions. how they maneuver. So basically, not just women, but individuals on a whole. We don't, as I said before, we don't spend enough time with ourselves. So spending time with ourselves, watching what we watch, what we read, and the conversations we have on the phone with our girlfriends and boyfriends is very, very important. Everything works holistically. So a lot of individuals have conversations that has nothing to do with them. It has nothing to do with the growth that they speak of, that they desire. So the argumentative individuals, that's coming from childhood, what they've grown up, what they've seen, how they deal and communicate with their children is from what we grow up and see our parents, our aunties, and the conversations that they have is all from what we see happening from when we were growing up. So it shows in so many different ways that not many people can just put a finger on it and say, aha, that's where it's coming from, because everybody just thinks that that's just how life is and that's just how it is. And everybody wants to change, but they don't know how to change, because a lot of people who are giving advice and stuff like that, they themselves are chaotic, and they're going through so much, and they don't know, they're not giving the right advice. And I don't like to call things right or wrong, because we are all where we are at different time in our lives. But I always say what is working for an individual.
Absolutely.
So, and I will go into the subject of what social media fad, healing traumas. I'm just healing my trauma. A lot of them really don't even know how to heal their trauma, because it's quite laughable, actually.
It really is. And you know what? I'm gonna make you stick a pin right there on healing the traumas. We're gonna go to a musical break. And I want to just hone in on that, on the traumas and the healing when we come back, and how, of course, reversing diseases and healing the nation and what it means to you as a couple. As I just greet those on kbitplay.com right now, are locked in and listening in. Thank you for your company and your time. And also for those on the TikTok right now, I want to send a big shout going out to Shaq, who's locked in and locked on. A good evening to you as well, Shaq. How you doing? Shaq, make sure that you're tapping up the screen and sharing the live and getting your daily bonuses at the top there. Also, just to let you know, if you've just joined, our special guests are Empress, True Version, Knowledgable True Version. They are the True Version family. They are here on a mission to help reverse and bring about a well-being mission to people in how we can manage our illnesses, manage any dis-ease within the body, and also any dysregulations going on within the emotions, and whether in our mindset with things like autism and ADHD and so on and so forth. So make sure you keep it locked, tap up the screen, share the live. We're going to go to a quick musical break, and we'll be right back after this. Don't go nowhere. Tap up the screen and share the live. DJ, welcome.
What is on TikTok?
Yeah.
Every down. Sure.
You can mute your mic while we're on the music, okay, if you like.
When we see stitch and me see a way. Drastically straight from hypocrisy I say, hey. Every man to them own a philosophy. I live the proper way and then me read a chapter daily. When they in a city hungry and no eat, and today down a country just a drop off of the street. Yeah. The system poverty no real then is what the reason repeated.
Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? I just go where the shaping blows, sending love to my friends and foes. And I suppose I'm pleased to be chilling in the West Indies. I provide all my wants and needs. I got the sunshine, rivers and trees. Yeah.
When the rain hits a pot on the roof, or just a steam pepper pot on the stew. Like it's a dream if you got gratitude. So go tell the regime them can't stop what we do now. Information you think on your own, or else you're a slave to the things that you know. What do you know if you learn every day? So be careful of things where you say.
Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? I just go where the shaving blows, sending love to my friends and foes. And I suppose I'm pleased to be chilling in the West Indies. I provide all my wants and needs. I got the sunshine, rivers and trees. Really.
In our soul, but a jack in our heart. It is of importance for I and I gather. If we cannot show now a balance that we are, how do we propose then to carry it abroad? Then I go to Ethiopia and you not have a plan. The building of a nation and a helper on. Every one a lover, one a man is just a man.
Yeah.
Be a coronation when we land.
Thank you for holding the fort. Thank you for tapping up the screen.
Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? I just go where the shaving blows, sending love to my friends and foes. And I suppose I'm pleased to be chilling in the West Indies. I provide all my wants and needs. I got the sunshine, rivers and trees.
Good evening to you, Shaq. I'm very well, thank you. Thank you for asking. And thank you for being a part of the show today. Delian, thank you for liking the live. Continue to tap up the screen, Delian. I love that. Shaq, continue to tap up the screen. I also have a live goal right there as well. I'd love if you could help with that goal today. So as we continue with this wonderful show, I had to go get some water, you know. But as we continue with this wonderful show with our beautiful guests, I'm absolutely loving the fact that we have an Empress here as well beside her emperor, you know, doing what they do, both of them collectively doing what they do. And as we were talking about the herbal remedies, sorry, just reading the comment there as well. So we're going to get into that. I'm going to tell you a little bit about Shaq in just a moment. But as I was saying with our wonderful guests that we have on the show today, and it's getting really, really interesting, the topic. And just before we went to the musical break, we were talking about how women, I think the Empress can help me remember here, how the women are able to, is it respond or react? Where is my guest here? Let me make sure our volume is up.
Oh yeah, man, we're here.
Right.
Check.
Okay, lovely.
Right.
So Empress, before we went to the musical break, we were about to chop it up regarding the ADHD in women. Yes?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, so if you'd like to continue from there, just before we do that though, I just want to tell you a little bit about Shaq, who has a disability awareness movie that he will be showcasing. So Shaq's here with us in the chat and may have some questions for you. So Shaq, if you have any questions, you can drop them in there, and we'll also tell the people a little bit more about your movie, or even get you up on the stage in a little while, and you can tell us about your movie for disability awareness. So Empress True Version, back to you now. You have to help me a little right now, because my ADHD brain has and my perimenopause brain, the two of them together don't always remember what's supposed to be going on. And that's why
we kind of passed that. We kind of passed that section. We were on healing trauma.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I knew it was something to do with it. Thank you. And you know what it is? I can't lie. I didn't have my pen with me, and I was searching everywhere. And you could see me turning around like, where is my pen? Because I need a pen with me when I'm having conversations, because I can take notes and stay on track. So yes, healing trauma.
So healing trauma, yeah. So from the back of being an ADHD adult, just know that it was nothing to do with you. It was everything to do with your environment, and you just took on the dysfunctional, dysregulated nervous system of your guardian or parents at the time. So basically, you as an ADHD adult now has to just reparent yourself. Yeah. So moving on to the healing of trauma. All right. Say that someone said something that to you that you don't like. You know that twist and churn that you get in your stomach or in your belly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the symptom of the trauma. Whenever you get that churn or that twist in your stomach, that you don't like what that person did or said to you, that is everything to do with you and nothing to do with them.
Okay.
It's basically something that you have to think, where did this come from? Where in my childhood did this come from? Why it still hurts me? So you have to sit with yourself in a quiet, do not scroll, do not call a friend, do not turn on the music. You sit in it, go through that feeling, go through that emotion at that moment. You go through it, feel through it.
Sorry, true word.
So it's nothing to do with the other person. So you do not point, you do not blame, you do not shame. You do not argue with them, but sit with yourself and go through the feeling in that very moment. A lot of us, usually what we do is call a friend and cuss out that person who hurts our feelings, right? And the nervous system get even more dysregulated. So you're not focusing on the actual issue, why you feel the way you feel. From the thing that the person did to you or said to you. It has nothing to do with them, but everything to do with you. It's your shit. So you sit in it. Do not fling your shit back to them. It is yours. You see, when you don't feel that feeling when they say something to you, it's not your shit, it's their shit.
Right.
So you just say to you, do not fling your shit at me. It's nothing to do with me. That's yours. You sit in it and find out where it's coming from. So you hold space for yourself.
Love that. I was listening to a conversation recently, and one of the things that came up out of that conversation, and it's something that I've thought about even growing up as well, when it comes to healing trauma, that society right now seems to be very trauma focused, you know. Everything is a trauma, everything is disturbing my peace, or so on and so forth. How do you look at trauma being something that actually stays with us out of our memory? Like, for instance, I have a saying that says that the heart cannot delete what the mind keeps repeating, right? The heart cannot delete what the mind keeps repeating. So is trauma something that has been created in a sense that keeps us locked into a certain type of mindset and energy in order to keep certain healing, to keep certain things moving? You know, like the pharmaceutical company likes us to be sick so that they can keep giving us paracetamol and ibuprofen and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Do you feel like the trauma industry or the healing industry that we're in now, because they are becoming industries, are actually feeding off of the fact that we're in trauma
Yeah.
and keeping us talking about trauma in order for the memory and the energy to continue in that vibration, so that we're not really healing. Am I making sense?
Yeah. Yeah. You know how they do that? Keep you in work, keep you at the office, those long hours at work. So you don't get no time to sit with yourself.
Yes.
You don't get no time to work on you, to get to know who you are.
Right.
So it's just work, work, work on a hamster wheel, going round and round and round and round. So that's how they use it. So trauma doesn't have to. So you know, when people say to you or anyone else, you have trauma, and people take it really, really bad.
Yeah.
Don't take it bad. That's something for you to think. Thank you. Say thank you. Let me just see where that comes from, and just sit with you, because trauma doesn't have to be a bad thing. It could be a good thing. Give you an example. You could get a lot of love when you were a child, a lot of love, and then you become an adult, and you are just needy. You're one of those needy partners, and it becomes an issue because your other partner wasn't like that when they were a child. So that's where, and then it becomes an imbalance, and then there is a chaos is caused. So trauma doesn't have to be a bad thing. It's just that people take it as it is a bad thing and something is wrong with them. There is nothing, actually, there's nothing wrong with you. That your parents did the best they could with what they had and the knowledge that they had. So it's nothing to do with your parent. It's nothing to do with them either. It's for you to reparent yourself how you would have seen yourself when you were a child. You have to reparent yourself, give yourself all that love, all that attention. Your sister got the ice cream and you didn't get the ice cream. Buy yourself lots of ice cream, you know what I mean? And you have to reparent yourself, give yourself what you didn't get when you were a child. Not just give your child, oh, I didn't get it when I was a child, I'm just going to give it all to my children. No, give it to yourself. So the children can be around regulated parents. So you work on yourself so your children can be worked on. You don't directly work on your child, you work on yourself so they can be in the energetic field and they can see mommy and daddy happy.
Absolutely. And as well, you know, when you're saying that, it's so important, because the same as well as self-love, isn't it? It's like, and the love languages, you know, how each person tends to love. We love each other based upon how we want to be loved. So we love somebody else that way. And then when it's not reciprocated, or when it's not received the way we expect it to be received, we're upset. Just going over to the comments, we have Country Bookie who was saying that, wow, that's that feeling. Oh my gosh, I get it. This was about maybe earlier, but she mentioned something about loosh, and I'm wondering if that's to do with the CERN loosh, and also Delia wants to know, how is trauma not a bad thing?
It is a bad thing when you don't work on it, because you don't know how to work on it. So it becomes a bad thing. It was painted like that in the old system.
All right. Let me try to answer. Always trauma not a bad thing.
Comes up in relationship.
All right. Yeah. So as she said before, the dynamic of how we think about words, bad and good. If you don't acknowledge that your cup is empty, there is nothing to be full. If your cup is already full already, there is nothing to work on. We are continuous work. I want to tie this in with the medical industry. No, if I acknowledge that I have a trauma because my dad was not treating me well when I was a boy, and now I myself may pass on this generational curse. If I go to the pharmacy and the pharmacy give me a temporary solution for my permanent problem, no, this become a bad thing because no, I will be leading to health issues while they feed off my energy, which you would call money. But acknowledging that I have the trauma, no, it does not become a bad thing because this will release all that I listen. You imagine I have a ache in my heart for my dad traveling for the rest of my life. How heavy this here balloon is carrying me all over the place. But most people, the trauma become bad when you say that you're pure. When someone simple says something to you and you're so triggered, you mash the place down and beat someone up. That's when it's bad. But when you hold the trauma in your hand and say, this is mine, my dad has treated me this way, and I'm going to prevent myself from treating my children them this way. I'm going to work on it. That's when it becomes good because now you have something to work on, and working on something that is was bad, and now you work on it. You know, become what? You know, become a teacher.
Mm.
You can help others to work on theirs. So that would be my answer for trauma is not a bad thing. It can lead you to become a teacher, to work on others. We are testimonies of traumas.
Yes,
The two
yeah.
of us here, if we were not continually working on ourselves, the relationship wouldn't last for 2 years, even though people may think that that is not long.
We are each other's mirrors and teachers. We are our biggest teachers. We are each other's mirrors.
Right. And healers towards the comment section say, yes, working on traumas turn you into healers.
Yeah.
That's
So you
right.
got to, so
Right.
Dylan, is it Dylan?
Healer.
Diane, Diane.
You gotta sit with yourself and say, little Dylan, you are okay. I got you. I see you and I acknowledge you, and you'll be all right. Okay? So anything, all trauma is bad.
Yeah, you are the one that has to heal and not spread the trauma. You're right. You're right.
Yeah,
And it's about
exactly.
identifying it. So, Empress, tell me now how you, as a Empress, as a teacher, as a herbalist, how do you balance all of these roles day to day?
I make it my priority because moving from the UK and moving to Jamaica, my purpose and my desire is to be at peace.
Mhm.
So from all that I have gone through, it is hectic at times. It really is. Sometimes I have to uh, run away and go and stay with my dad for a couple of days.
Yeah. The load can become very heavy. And
Ah,
you know that I will find a domino table to go and play some dominoes too.
And then I'm teaching others. So yeah,
but
it's
that's how it
hectic.
is, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's how it is. And so what are the as you said, sometimes we need to find space for ourselves, but what are the realities and the strengths of being? I'm not sure if your structure is, we're going back into the polygamous thing again, but I'm not sure if your structure is actually polygamous right now, but what are the realities and strengths of being in a polygamous family structure for you yourself together as a couple?
Clairvoyant. So even though you may see me with one woman, and even though I got the opportunity to bring in another, it's not in a hurry because that person would have to be someone that was working on themselves and actually going through the healing process. So with that, it's like if you put us one side and put the other type of relationship on the other side, the person would be like, wonder what my man is out doing. Wonder if he is with another woman. Wonder if he is, or what my woman. But with this one, it's like it's free. It's like you're not in a You're not worried. Most people is in a relationship and they're on their toes.
Mm.
So the time you would take to worry, we use the time for production. We use the time to sit with one another and say that what can we create? What new product can we make? What is really the health issues now with humanity?
Yeah.
How can yeah, it's surprising, even though one of our formula is being created, but everything is not everything good to talk. But
Right.
it would seems as if it's something bad that someone has done to us. We have converted to create the bestseller
Mm-hmm.
because we don't even cry too much like a cry baby because we understand emotional intelligence. We understand that it's not every like question deserve an answer. um yeah, persons come on the internet and will say something too, because that is also a balance to say that your relationship will not work. When I just started out, they were like, that guy is not rich, why would he deserve a polygamy relationship? There are so many things to reckon with. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? But we're still here. And the storm is blowing, and we're in the storm, of course.
Fantastic, fantastic. I mean, how does like and it's important that you're able. I love how the Empress put it, is that you're each other's mirrors. So what you may see that you love about the individual that you're with is in you, and vice versa. The things that you might see that you may not like too much,
Mhm. Yeah.
also as well. So it's about looking at, why does that thing that she does trigger me so much, or that thing that
Mhm.
does trigger me.
Important. That is important.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's it.
it's something in myself that does that. So what sort of how would you say, and I'm not sure if either one of you have experienced any autism in yourselves or with your children, or ADHD within yourselves, how would you say, how easy or how challenging can it be to navigate a relationship with this in place, with ADHD or with autism in place?
I'm going to say this on top, not at the bottom. We all have stories. We all was hurt. Some is still in hurt. Some is working on healing. Some is healed. But no human is fully healed. We're all
Will they
in.
ever be healed?
Pardon?
Will any human ever be healed?
The truth, this is why I'm telling you that all these names that you just mentioned, the elevator, they're all names still made up by our doctors. So we gotta be cognizant to know that we're just continuous work.
Mm-hmm.
If we know that the answer is love, don't concentrate too much on what we think we should have,
Mm-hmm.
because the true hold the true WHOLE is finding someone to heal with.
Mm-hmm.
Because if the mirror does not have a back, it cannot reflect.
That's true.
So
That's true.
just imagine, I am going through a trauma where women has done me a bad thing before, and I find a group of men that hate women. Just imagine how much I would be stuck and how long. But if I choose to say to myself, it's one woman that has done me this, and guess what? She's gone about her own life, living her own life, not even remembering about me at the moment. And
Mm.
other women out there deserve love. Look at the transition. So, this is just an example. We got to move. And anything, listen, even in the healthy stage of healing, the body in health, anything that is constant is dead.
Mm-hmm.
If your feces is not moving, it's constipation. If your blood is not moving, it's poor blood circulation.
Yeah.
If your heart is not pumping, it is considered as an heart attack. If your situation, you're stuck in it, it is called a death trauma. It's not growth.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to put that into perspective that we have to move and evolve. Tracy the elevator and my fellow people that is watching. It's a continuous thing. So I having a trauma is not to say that you're a bad person and you too should put in a garbage bin and throw away with. No. It's to say that we're continuous work. We are continuous work. And we're beautiful just the same how we are. We're beautiful.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're beautiful.
Yeah.
We're beautiful just the way we are. Yeah, man, we are.
Yes, yes. And we have to see ourselves as that and love ourselves as that. And as we, come to this part, we're going to be wrapping up shortly. We're going to go to a musical break, just so that I can give you at home and on TikTok as well the opportunity to drop your questions in the chat box. Drop your questions in there, any comments that you may have on what you've heard this evening, or any information that you'd like to know anything more about. Drop it in the comment box and we'll read it out right after this short interlude. So make sure you're tapping up the screen and sharing the live as well. This juicy conversation that we have in. We got DeLion locked in. We got Country Bookie locked in. We got Shaq locked in, locked on. We've also got the True Version family locked in.
Save me from myself. Ooh, gentle with myself. God knows this time I'll never lose myself. I know I can change the world without changing myself.
I don't know about you, but I find that these topics can never, ever really end. They're ongoing, they're everlasting, and simply because that we haven't really found our true selves yet. And sometimes the question I have is, will we ever find our true selves? Especially if we have been locked up, locked into an environment, into a mindset, into a thought space of where we mask, maybe we pretend to be something that we're not, or we are something that we became in order to cope with that which was going on around us, and therefore falling into the trap of the imposter syndrome, falling into the trap of feeling like this is who I am, but really who am I at the same time? People, as we've asked the question, healing trauma is something that we have to do ourselves, but at the same time, can trauma ever really ever be totally healed. Our special guests here this evening have been amazing. Knowledgeable True Version and his Empress True Version. I love that. They are a community, they are a family that have a mission in order to help reverse sicknesses and, you know, different things going on within our community. A question I have for both of them right now is, what does real healing, what does real community support, what does it look like for you within your community?
Is it that on a old or the community within our home? Because our home is a community. So
Exactly. So within your home and within your outer wider community, what does that actually really look like for you? You know, if you have your magic wand and you can wave it, what does healing and support look like for you within the community?
honestly, it starts with the community on the inside. Yeah, in terms of your health, because we're at the level where we went to the supermarket and saw somebody who knows and they were hiding what they're buying. You may, some people may see this as simple, but it now become into the respect where people are saying that they are the herbalists. We should not be eating this garbage.
Mm-hmm.
And that is not just we portraying outdoor that we are this. It's right. It's what they see we are doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's what they see we are emanating as, you know, a power couple, as what people call us, and we call ourselves so. We were called a power couple. Um, the truth is, we deserve the credit for working on ourselves, health-wise, physically with exercise, because trust me, at times we run joke with each other, saying that Empress, you know, see if you put on my heavy metal detox over there. So look how much somebody here to help with heavy metal detox. Make sure some mine put on the table so we can see it. So sometimes it's a play, sometimes it's fun because we have to be reminded, because really we are genuine servers of ourselves. But sometimes outside we are served so much, we have to be reminding ourselves that, listen, we need to do a detox now too, you know, because we are, I don't want to use the word addictive, but we're so cemented with helping people. If in our mind we forget self,
Yes.
honestly. So it's good, because probably if I have nobody to remind me and I was doing this work, like when you will meet me, Tracy the elevator, probably without a reminder, I would be, you know,
Yeah.
running down, you know, going down like one battery. You understand? But someone is there to remind you. It's beautiful. From 2020, I was the one, you know, speaking on it's better to cry with someone than to cry alone.
True.
I know that, you know, I wouldn't attract a normal being. It would have to be an alien stuck on Earth. And if there should be more, it can't be nothing less, because we are not talking the talk. We are take off the T and put W upon it as well. And that is not even saying that we are perfect.
Mm-hmm.
We are not perfection. Me still they say we are eating 85% live food and 15% garbage,
Yeah.
because it's still an elevation. If we have it in our minds that how we are living and how we are shining our light. Because as you ask, we see ourselves as just a light tower for other people who are lost at sea. The purpose of a light tower, when they have ships who have difficulty out there, then turn on the light. That's what we're doing. That I basic conclusion. You understand? And when we realize how much ship right now, they say, yo, the True Virgin Foundation. Yo, you know, say, me never buy a product from her yet, but look for me weight. Look on the lady where we go buy the African clothes from the other day. The lady was like a phone program we're watching. And when we tell her so she lose weight, the lady was so happy and he said, look, me Nina hot me again, you know. Tracy, you don't know them the excitement that to your heart. It better than any money. It better, and she say, like when you tell me that you know. Yeah. And she look when I say,
They're gonna continue.
and it's so motivating to see how motivated they
Yeah.
are with the results.
And that was just intermediate fasting.
And that was just
And
intermediate
removing
fast.
sugar.
And removing sugar. And they say, we're the first one they're here with it. No. You see, for the parents, them right now, where they tell, listen, the parents, them right now, where they tell with that, boy, my child is starting to communicate and tell me what they want. Tracy, there is not a word. There is not.
I'm gonna let me cut just 1 second. It's
Right.
Tricia. Tricia.
Why me I call you Tracy? Hey, all right, listen up. That is for me dyslexic. That is my dyslexic. When I'm not good with names. Me call you anything more and call you. My students in school.
Elevator's fine, but not Tracy.
Right, all right. So no, you can't give me a bypass. No, you can't give me a bypass like going from Kingston to Mobile. So it's so when they hear me say Tracy, and that me mean Tricia.
Just for those listening, it's not Tracy, okay? It's Tricia.
Right. I mean, I tell us everybody have a little touch on it, but this is how I embrace it. You hear me just tell a plain that because at school I was dyslexic and afterwards me find out.
Yes, it's all good.
Right.
You all have something. I don't know.
No, but may I tell you, look how I flip it into a laugh. Look how I laugh about it. No, this is how it's not a trauma. That is an example.
Right. And it doesn't become a label and a stigma and
Thank you very much. And look how I hug it up and embrace it.
Yeah.
I'm still a wonderful person. I'm still doing a good job, and I know it's with me. So this is a perfect example. I'm glad that you corrected your name because it gives me the chance to say that too. I'm so yeah.
I love that. And that's the thing. Once we become, as we were saying earlier in the show, once we become more aware of ourselves and knowing who we are, that's when we can actually really, I feel, can re-mother or re-father our inner child. Because sometimes, you know, and you know, this might, you might be listening and you agree or don't agree, but I feel sometimes that based upon society in which we grow up in, the paradigm in which we grow up in, that we feel that children need to have A, B, and C, right? Or children shouldn't have C, D, and E, okay? And then we give these children these things, and then the children turn out to be something totally different than we expected them to be. And we say, oh, it's the mother's fault. Or they, you know, or the mother blames herself that she didn't do right by the child, and so on and so forth. And then that child now becomes an adult and starts to get to know about the inner child and wants to reparent themselves and realizes all the things that my mother or my father were given to me in order for them to show their love for me and their care for me actually made me feel rejected, abandoned. Maybe I felt like they didn't have time for me, that I wasn't wanted because all they did was buy me stuff and give me money and give, you know, I was sat eating dinner by myself. I was, you know, all these things. Now I said all of that to say this, that I feel that sometimes that we need to just know who we are in order to heal who the child is or who the child should have been. Because how can you really know what the child should have had if you don't know who the adult is? Am I making sense? This is just
that needs decoding. That is a great point, Tricia.
Yeah, do you understand what I'm saying? You've got to know the adult, what do you like, then you will know when I was a child, this is what I would have needed. And then give it to yourself. So it's just like the love language. Anybody in the comments agree, or can see where I'm going or coming from with it, how they feel about that? Tap up the screen or, and shit. If you feel that in order to know yourself, knowing yourself as an adult, that word as well, it's adulterated. It comes from adultery. We're going to have to look into that, which is not a good thing. But becoming a mature individual.
Yeah.
And knowing your likes, your dislikes, your comforts, discomforts, barriers that you wish you'd had in place, that in knowing that is where then you can then re-love, reparent, and nurture the inner child.
Yeah, very, very. That's a very powerful wedge that needs to be looked on, because when we're adults, we are quick to blame our parents, not considering now that we are parents and still we don't get the blueprint for life. So we too are making e-cups with our children. So it keeps us stuck. It's like we're time traveling, but we're going back instead of going forward. Because we seems to have no leniency on our so-called parents who we have claimed as not parented us good enough and caused us to be in this trauma, in the sense. And what I've learned, what bring me to this consciousness was when I studied one of my parents who I thought had hurt me. And when I study this person and find persons that was older than this person and what this person has gone through as a child, I couldn't make it through it. And then suddenly the sympathy start coming down and I'm like, oh, I see why this person was this cold. So it's it's about overstanding. Most time what comes to us is not what it was. It is a deeper core to it because we cannot see it. Some of our parents and guardians has been sabotaged from their childhood. They don't know what it felt like to be a child. So how can they bred a child? They have to bred an adult, and this is why. So you
Exactly.
what I learn is this: what your parent so-called has stolen from you can be found in your inner child if you work on becoming a child again. Play, have fun.
Yes.
But you cannot get it back from your parents. And this is so crucial. And some person wait, thinking that if I curse my parent, if I curse my guardian, they did not give me the chance. And guess what? It puts you and ties you in a loop of anger, grief, resentment for the rest of your life. If you just make up your mind and say, I'm going to live, I'm going to find the most beautiful part on the inside, and I'm going to do it for the rest of my life. That too will help you to heal and become a beautiful being and help you to grow a flower on your inside of your belly. Literally.
We have to teach our children these foundations. And I did that with my eldest son. He's 18. I teach him these foundations. I teach him about trauma. I teach him about things that trauma that I have caused on him. And when I teach him these things, it then gives me space to apologize to him.
Yes.
And when I speak with him about the things that I have done to him, he said, Mom, it's okay. I understand. But we have to teach them the foundation. We have to teach them about the old system and the new system for them to understand the apology. So you can't just apologize like that.
Yes, yes, because the apology has to come with remorse.
Yeah.
And it has to come with, like I said, the level of healing. But the question is again, how do you know that you are healed? And anyone can put their interpretation of this question in the comments as well. But to the True Version family, how can we know?
No, I'm gonna give my version.
I'll let you answer. I'll learn from it.
Yeah, I'm gonna give my version. No,
Let me see if you've learned.
what I've learned is this: when you're healed, when you're in the process of healing,
Yeah. Rasta Lion, welcome.
yeah,
welcome.
your emotional intelligence keep you more calmer. No, the triggers goes down. The pain in the center of the chest that normally hurts you when someone on the external has so-called done you something. What I learned from her is the word we normally use. And you make me feel so. No one can make you feel.
Yeah.
That's true.
No one can make you feel. What you feel is internal. So, say for instance, someone you normally feel hurt when someone say that you're too emotional. I remember back in the days, I had some friends that every time I get angry, they said, "You're too emotional." And
Yeah.
so help me God, Tracy. Wait, Tricia. The end of the day, I tell you my dyslexic chip in every now and again, and I call it all alphabet: ADHD, FAY, ABB. But it's my fun language.
Welcome to the club, man. Go on.
Right. So I've learned that when this happened, so the pain, yes. So when they usually right. So when they usually say that you're a man, you're too emotional, my day was done. Now when you say that, I'm like, of course I am emotional. Emotional mean energy in motion. And trust me, if you cross me, I have the right to be angry. That is how I know I'm starting the healing process. Because why should I become angry? No, it has nothing to do with what you said about me. It was the earth that was within me.
Yes.
So that's my version. You can explain your version of healing.
Yeah, you said it right, and well done, babe. When you're not feeling that churn in your stomach anymore, when you're not feeling that it's called a symptom. That's not the actual trauma. The trauma is what happened to you in your childhood. The feeling that you're feeling is the symptom.
That the earth is still there.
Yeah. Right. Because like I said as well, the heart cannot delete what the mind keeps repeating.
Yeah.
Right.
The reason that the hurt seems to be there is because we just keep reliving the memory.
Exactly. We keep looping. We call it looping.
Exactly. It keeps looping, and there's no way we're going to be able to heal if we keep on repeating the situation. But also as well, it's not possible to heal from something that we haven't recognized actually happened for us and not to us. The reason why I say for us is because most of the time when you listen to healers, herbalists, empaths, or anything like that, they will tell you that the reason they're doing what they're doing now is because that they went through it themselves. And their healing and doing what they're doing now is to help someone else through theirs. So then I look at it as trauma, neglect, all of these things actually are things that happened for us, for our awakening into who we are supposed to be here on this earth, to fulfill the mission and the service in which we have, is to break the curses, break the generational curses in which are planted within that bloodline. So therefore, we as the ones that come now to break that bloodline, I'm not necessarily going to say the chosen one or the special one, but those who recognize that there is a chain that needs to be broken, or a line of curses, or a line of repetitive illnesses within the family that need to be broken. And they decide to stand up and take count and be the ones to start breaking it, first of all within themselves, and then within their own lineage. Am I making sense? So it didn't happen to you, it happened for you, for your eventual awakening.
Exactly.
And that's the answer. That is the answer for the question in the comment section saying that how is trauma a
Not a
bad
bad
thing?
thing.
How is
Yeah,
trauma good, not a bad thing?
right.
Because as you say, it's not what happened to you, it's what you become from what happens to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, you couldn't help others if you have not really felt it and healed through it and journeyed through it. Or would you show them the journey then?
Mm-hmm.
But you said it right. You said it right. Ah, me almost said Tracy again. God, but she excused me, I know. Can me tell her where you come from. Anyway, yeah, man, me always laugh about your school. My students, oh boy, they say, I'm Mr. Griffiths that. Anything you call me, me take it. Anything. I don't call people by their right name. Yeah, man. All of me are you're funny, you're funny. Yeah, man.
Bless you. This has been a real insightful and amazing conversation. And, you know, there's so much that we can open up. And this is why I actually wanted to go down these 3 avenues with you, because I feel like they're all interlaced with each other. Do you know what I mean? Because we've gone from the gut microbiome, from being the first gut, the first instinct that we have, which is in our gut, which then leads to our brain, which also affects our emotions. Our emotions are affected by ADHD, by autism, by relationships, by lack of relationship. You know, they all kind of intermingle with each other, right? And I feel like if we can start to unravel each one within our lives, within us, to why we may operate the way we do. I think that my brain is a superpower. I feel like the way that I operate, I have my strengths and my weaknesses, you know, and I recognize now that my weaknesses are also my strengths.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You know, whereas before I may work against my brain and fight my brain and talk to myself like, what the hell is going on? What are you doing? Now I'm actually gentle with myself and realize, well, no, we're not doing that. We're doing this, you know, and working with the brain. So yes, it's important that we have these conversations as well, coming from different perspectives, from different parts of the world, you know, from different parts of the island even. Do you know what I'm saying? But in all of that, the different accents or different dialects or different dollars, whatever, we all seem to be connected. We all seem to be one. We all seem to experience the same disabilities, inabilities, capabilities, probabilities, you know, and we all just look at them slightly differently, but objectively, we all actually want the one thing, which is to know ourselves and know how to deal with it. That's the main thing, you know. I'm gonna put my teeth back in, but. And then I wanted to ask another question regarding the polygamous family structure, you know, and what are sort of like the realities? What are the strengths, or what are some of the stigmas or let me get the right word, stigmas or challenges you may have faced based upon that lifestyle that you're living and wanting to live?
All right.
within the community or within your?
All right. The truth is, um, because we all grow up with the Western family that has the Western um beliefs of one man to a home and one man to a home with one woman. Um, that is not so easy to be uprooted. So that is probably not a challenge now, but it's still a subliminal programming that lingers. One, two, majority of our melanated men are suffering from drained body, from pornography addiction because of the lie that we are living. So I
Tricia.
was I was a victim of pornography, but I can tell you, having a woman that is open take you away from that, and even looking in the future where because a lot of person when they speak of polygamy egoistically they said like the man is just the one with the chest up high. Yeah, you have two women. um yeah, you are manipulating them. But when you look on the spectrum, women coming from work, cooking, collecting the kids, single parent, is literally killing a woman. Yeah, you're literally slow poisoning a woman because you take a woman from their nature of nurture and letting them run in a house, protecting themselves. No one is displaying that polygamy actually rescue a woman from that. To say that she can put the sword down and stop swinging her arms, battling for the family herself. Not only that, living in a house and so much trying to help the man in a way where she's becoming masculine and losing her feminine touch. So over here, you will never see that from my woman. My woman would have to let go.
I don't think we'll get any stigma, to be honest, because we have worked on ourselves and we know who we are, and we don't really need validation or feel any way about wanting validation from anyone. It's we don't really care what people want to say about us or what we do, because we just see ourselves as successful in our own on our own sense. And I don't mean monetarily. There's success in many ways, and we describe success in different way compared to a lot of people. So I don't think the stigma would be as much with us because we're very open and we speak on many different subjects. So yeah, with me, I don't really think that anyone would even step to me and ask me certain questions. If I sat down with someone and I voice my opinion or how I speak and how I carry myself, I don't think they would be dare to even ask me certain questions, because they will be able to see how I am, and to know that this woman is highly emotional intelligent and she knows who she is. No one really can stop me or even question me about anything to do with what I am doing or the community that we're trying to create, because we're trying to create a very positive, regulated community so we can bring up regulated children for this new system, this new earth.
Right, right,
What
right.
role? What roles does your spirituality play in your mission?
Why? Hey, What's your name again? Remind me before me say it wrong.
Tricia.
Trisha. Trisha. You see the word and name spirituality?
Yeah.
That's a fad.
That word is becoming a problem like the word Christian. Let me show you why.
I,
So many people hide behind that word. Listen, they
yes,
don't
yeah.
even understand what spirituality means. Spirituality don't mean that you don't do anything that humans don't call wrong.
Come on now. Come on.
Listen, spirituality is a action offender of normal humans.
Come on.
Meaning, you're gonna see I do something wrong,
Oh,
that you're gonna say that
I thought you were
I thought you
It's
were
spiritual.
spiritual.
darling. Do
I
not
Oh,
thought
yeah.
you I
put
thought
me in
you
a
were
box.
I thought you were conscious.
Yeah. I
Hey,
thought you
hey,
were
let me give
elevated.
you an example. Let me give you an example. Let me give you an example.
I
So
love
it
it.
was her birthday, and I had something in the box that I didn't tick off yet, which was Dream Weekend in Negril. Of course, I want to go out there and wind my body off. I want to wind up on my lady. And I want the experience with my woman because I've never had it before. I always see my friends go there. And now is the time. No, when we were there buying the ticket, there was this guy. Are you the guy I saw on TikTok? I thought you were conscious. What are you doing there? Then listen now. How I answer him. Um, what are you doing here? The same thing while you're here, I am here. Yeah, so so when you're talking about spirituality, our spirituality is very different. It's our offend of average mind thinking. It's not the one that people claim you're spiritual, but you're doing everything in this box that traps energy or the straight line. We don't do straight line over here. We are the one that use the truth to offend others, but we are also ones that is capable of making e-cups.
Hmm.
Yes, breaking our bones a few times and mending them, of course, and getting up back, dusting off like the story with the farmer and the donkey and the little boy, of course. Yeah, we are no perfectionists over here. Yeah, we don't do perfection. So our spirituality would define we're imperfectly perfect. We do what we know and think is right, that works with our soul and spirit and the tribe and the like-minded soul around us. It's like most time we meet persons, you would
Yeah.
never hear that we said that we are spiritual. Most time we meet persons that are spiritual, we give them 5 minutes to prove themselves, and we are like, oh God, no, no way, no way, no way. Like, yeah, the whole judgment of how you judge others, it shows us that you're not on the level of being near spiritual, because a person that is where they are at needs support to go higher. If I see something in remind me her name.
Tricia.
Trisha. If I
I said,
see something in Trisha that I think that Trisha should work on, um, it's not for me to call it out in the public.
right.
It's for me to say that, guess what? Trisha's come a far way. I know she will evolve. That's spirituality,
Come
not
on.
judgment. Spirituality at the forefront is acceptance. That is the highest level of spirituality. Accepting where our brothers and sisters are at.
Can I ask? Can I just get you to stick a pin for 1 minute? I have a little something I need to attend to. Can I get 5 minutes? I don't know if I want to stop the live or play you guys some music or something. I need to attend to something very quickly. If I
Right,
can, do, I'm just going to put some music on a second.
right,
Um,
no problem. We will be here.
all right, bear with me a second, people. Oh Lord, 1 minute. Let me just play that. Oh God.
So fresh, so clean. Love in and out. I'm feeling lean. And I'll be down now. Anytime you call me, I'll be down. I'll be down. Because I love and I love and I love and I love you only. Because I need and I need and I need and I need you more. Yeah, you know I run and I run and I run and I run. Fly in the sky and night. Put me in your arms, in your love, in your life. I'm on your way right now. Hey, I'm on your way right now. Yeah. Hey, I'm on your side now. You got me on your side now. Yeah, I'm on your way right now. Yeah. If not you, then I don't wanna know. I don't want no story. Yeah, I can't see some conditional. Got me leaving softly. Yeah. Love me, yeah. Love me, tender. Give me love, drop me up like pepper. Anything you want, and I'ma do whatever. Because I love and I love and I love and I love you only. Because I need and I need and I need and I need you more. Yeah, you know I run and I run and I run and I run. Fly in the sky and night. Put me in your arms, in your love, in your life. I'm on your way right now. Hey, I'm on your way right now. Yeah. Hey, I'm on your side now. You got me on your side now. Yeah, I'm on your way right now. Yeah. Said love me, judge, love me tender. Love me tender, love me judge, love me tender. Love me tender, love me tender. Love me sugar, honey, tender lover. Yeah, love me sugar, honey, tender lover. Sugar, honey, tender lover. Just put me in my best. This is my decision. This is my decision. I don't think you listen. You listen. I don't think you listen. For me to come out, it must mean I'm not the dog. It must mean I'm not the slave. It must mean I'm on your case. For me to come out, it means that I'm not the dog. I want to show you my world. Give me one break, I need faith. Let to believe, let to receive. Give me something I'm not. I only got. You are my everything. Only me and you. Only me and you. Only me and you. Only me and you. Only me, only you. Only me and you. Only me and you. Only me and you. Only make me your master. Make me your master. Make me your master. Show me your signs. Make me your past. Make me your past. Give me one break, I need faith. Let to believe, let to receive you. Give me something I'm not. I only got. You are my everything. Only me and you. Only me and you. Only me and you. Only me and you. Only me, only you. Only me and 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 you.
Shake something, left, right, control it. You know who the color you're on it, right on it. Green light, green light, green light. Tell your friends you really don't dance, but I know that you can. Pick up your plans when you're about to get nasty. And all of them glasses, summer too hot, not to get up. It's the mood right, is it wet enough? I gotta move right, it's a level up. Let me hit it up just a few times. Summer too hot, have to double up. Shot it too far with the bubble butt. We should both slide on the regular. Summer too hot, it's a regular. Shorty, she discreet, she don't wanna business in the street. Be my little secret, baby, be my little fall weekend on the weekend. Do something different, got my attention. 8 figures, girl with a wrist. Big picture, more than just a night with ya. Don't switch up, girl, when the lights hit ya. The diamonds gon' dance. You really don't dance, but I know that you can. Your plans when you want to get nasty. And all of them glasses, so it's too hot, not to get up. It's the mood right, is it wet enough? I gotta move right, it's a level up, baby, hit it up just a few times. So it's too hot, have to double up, shot it too far with the bubble butt. We should go slide on the regular. So it's too hot, it's a regular. I wanna get this rocket off the ground, baby. You're so beautiful, it's hard to behave. I can't start this fire without your flame. And I know you feel the same. Come on, take that shit off. Summer too hot, not to get up. It's the mood right, it's wet enough. It's a level up, let me read it up just a few times. Summer too hot, take it double up. Shot it too far with the bubble butt. We should both slide on the regular. Summer too hot, it's a regular.
Greetings, greetings. Thank you.
Yeah, man, yeah, man.
I'm here. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for holding the fort right there. And thank you for continuing to tap up the screen. And to the real Empress, who says, regulate your nervous system while you're waiting. Move your body to the music. Laugh out loud. I love that. Thank you. Thank you for using that initiative. Well done, class. Manners. Manners and respect. Thank you so much. I appreciate, love that. So Empress and Empress True Version and Knowledgable True Version. Remind me where it was before I was rudely interrupted by an emergency in another state that I had to fly to and come back.
Oh, we did there again.
Spirituality. We were talking about spirituality.
Yeah, we was talking about spirituality, and I was putting up the flag of disclaimer with that word. Oh, it's now a new word that is being hid behind by a new community,
Yeah.
like how the Christians hide behind Christ, you know, and not for me bashing any form of religious beliefs. It's just that as an individual, we know that we are given the door, but there is something for us to do with using our hands to open it instead of
Mhm.
going towards the blame game. We have
Mhm.
heard so many times that the highest level of maturity is when we take the blame for most of, if not all, our situations, because most time when something happened to us, there is no one left but us. So we that also help us with forgiving ourselves. Most people cannot move from trauma either because they know that they are the one that given others the opportunity to come close to them. But so if you don't forgive yourself, you will never even jump to the next level.
Yes.
Yes. So yeah, man, spirituality is great and all. It's a word that has its meaning, and as I said, it's now the new shield to hide behind of perfection. I wouldn't see a person different from Christian and spirituality if you're striving for perfection, you
Right.
know, and that is really where I smile about it, and I'm like, you're just using a word. You're raping the word spirituality rather than, displaying the actions.
Because we're not actually here to be perfect, are we? We're here to be real. And
Right,
if there's one thing I know about accepting, as you said earlier so powerfully, acceptance is the highest level of spirituality. When we can accept and know that we are just individuals on a journey, we are housing our spiritual bodies within a physical body, or a physical body within our spiritual body, I'd rather say, because we're spirit first. And so
right,
we are housing our physical body in order to have this physical experience here on earth, which means that we have to experience both good and bad, depending on how you want to look at it, because what's good for you might be bad for me, and what's bad for you might be good for me. You understand me? So it's all about a paradigm and a paradox, how we look at things and how we see things in life that makes our journeys more interesting. And once we can accept each other as we are and for who we are, then our journeys become less full of being perfect. Oh, you're the spiritual man, so you're not supposed to swear, or you're the elevator, so you're not supposed to, do anything that elevators don't do. Well, elevators go up and down. So
all right. Hey,
do you know what I mean?
um, you know that when, all right. So for the word spirituality, and
Right.
this is not the Oxford Dictionary. My definition would be me splitting the word to spirit. The
Uh-huh.
spirit that you should be the closest to is your spirit. No,
Yes.
it has nothing to do with the external or what anybody thinks about you. Because watch this. The spirit from the word spirituality, it
Mhm.
is from your intuition, what your grandmother call your gut
Your
feeling.
God, the sixth sense.
When
Yeah.
you start strive and grow in the direction of what your spirit tell your mind, majority of these people are labeled mad. So
Come on now.
so you're spiritual when you're close to call that or call that
Mm.
or being called that word mad, because become unpredictable because you're going beyond society norm, like, oh, what the me Empress nearly kill off some woman by saying I don't want to get married. And oh my word, their tone of face, as my past teacher would say, Mr. Bailey, warm to your tone of face. Their face was so, yes. So that is just an example because it's not the norm. Because most people just want to show that their ownership of things when they're not even
Yeah.
making use of what they're hugging up. You know, you want to own someone in the relationship, but truly, are you attending to the person's emotions, the person's feelings? Are you being opened, or allowing this person to be able to communicate with you? So spirituality is more in depth of the spirit. The spirit will tell you that today you need to stay home, don't drive on the road. You may hear about 6 accidents. You would be one of them. That's your intuition telling you to stay home. No, one of your close person around you will be saying like every minute you're your spirit, because most person don't understand that the best spirit to monitor is your spirit, not anyone else's spirit.
Right.
So
Right.
so spirituality is embedded around things that are not being spoken on the internet. And sometimes there is so many things to be spoken about. But if you notice, I'm not even doing videos before
Yeah.
because now I'm in the rehabilitation mode. Because one time the evolution is, as I hear something, I want to share it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not that I don't do it now, it's just that I slow it down because I realize I've passed it. Because the person that is not ready for the message is still not ready. And who is to find this message? The message will find them. So
Yes.
you need not to be hurrying anything. So this is a whole hologram that entangles what is really spirituality. The first person I would say that I see living the true spirituality life was not the no Rastafarian, but the Rastafarian that I know that when I was a child, before Rastafarian come under the label as a religion, when it was a liberty and a lifestyle, walking on the ground bare feet, feeding off the ground, being quiet in the hills, drinking the water from the earth, sit quiet like when my grandfather. Listen, when I went to visit my grandfather in the country,
Mm.
I it was in the day and I was afraid. The place was so quiet. The guy was sitting or lying there by himself for hours,
Yeah.
allowing. Majority of these humans today don't know what it feels like to be with themselves for 5 minutes. Oh, that is too much. For 3 minutes.
It's true.
Yes,
It's true.
yes.
Without a
So,
phone, my God.
right, right. So we are out of tune. So we shouldn't be using the word spirituality too much because we are raping it.
Yeah.
You know, it is not. It is it is not giving us consent to live the word because we're not giving it chance
Mm-hmm.
by getting quiet, slowing down, going in nature. Get up one day and say, today I'm not gonna eat any junk. Anything I find in the wild, I'll eat.
Mm.
Going to river, cooking with friends, get in a basket, say everybody put their phone in here, check on your children first. Oh, they are with someone, they're safe. We're not going to answer any calls. How much groups are doing this? So why are they calling themselves spiritual group? And this is not discrimination. This is just to burst the bubble. This is just to burst the bubble.
Yeah.
So it is what let me calm down and posting also to know that, guess what? I won't talk anymore so much. I'll
Mm.
show you what it is to be spiritual.
Well, this is what it says when it says that we are supposed to be walking, talking, living epistles read of men. When that says, that's the interpretation I get, that when we are walking and talking and living that which we have been sharing about, That's when we become read of men. That means people see your life,
Yeah.
see you about your life, and that's when your life becomes a testimony. Do you know what I mean? They can see it in action. It's actually happening. And that's what I find a lot of people are talking about spirituality and this walk of spiritual walk. But when really faced with certain things where their so-called spirituality should step up, a lot of them fall down. A lot of them don't have any humanity. A lot of them don't have any empathy. A lot of them
No,
don't have any
oh
compassion or
God. You
sensitivity,
can say that
right?
again. You can say that
They
again.
will
If
crush an animal.
someone,
Yeah,
if someone gotta teach me how to love my brothers and sisters, it simply means I don't know love.
that's
You
right.
don't listen. They teach us to hate. We born naturally as lovers.
Right.
We were taught how to hate.
Mm.
Yes, and you touch on a very important, information. Sometimes the brain unruffled. That's a part of the alphabet. ADHD, FAYA.
ADHD, that's right.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
it's all good,
Sometimes,
man.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
all
yeah.
good.
I,
I got you.
I
I
had a
got you.
powerful point, but it's gone through the door, but it will come back 360 degree.
In its right time, it will come back. That's what I always say. Well, in the meantime, while we wait for it to make its appearance, let me just thank Country Bookie so much for her support and being a part of this show and always showing up as well.
Right.
As well. So we just want to big up and Country Bookie. I want to put it to you and put the opportunity to you if you want to ask these wonderful people any questions. I know as an ADHD sister who has been diagnosed with ADHD and is working her way through those challenges that it can present itself with. I want to be able to give you the opportunity if you wanted to ask a question to do so in the box. Also want to send a big shouts going out to Shaq. Shaq has got a movie coming out. We're going to have Shaq officially on the show. I don't do pull-ups in the middle of somebody else's interview. Okay, so
Right.
it's their platform. So we're going to have Shaq on the show officially for his time platform to share about what he's doing with his movie, about his disability and how he's bringing awareness regarding that. So make sure you follow, share, and click the notifications as well on the YouTube and on the TikTok, so you know when we're live and you can get the promos as to when we will have Shaq on the show. Next strong, we have a wonderful author, TV actor, and movie producer. What do you call them? Producer, movie. What is it when you make your own movie? It's a producer, right?
Filmmaker, film
Film, yeah, he's a film
director.
director, movie, yeah. So he'll be on the show next week. He goes by the name of Victor Richard, so make sure you lock into that as well. He'll be showcasing his movie premiere on the 19th of October in Leicester. So he'll be joining us next strong. We've got some comments in the comment box. I think it's a question from DeLion about addiction. And he is asking, how can one overcome regarding ADHD? I like that question. When you have addictive, do ADHD give you addictive personality, or is it you just become addicted to certain things? Very good question, Delia. How can one overcome regarding addiction regarding ADHD?
Um,
So we were talking about what addiction is.
hey, that question, I still
Yeah.
I can't answer that question without generalizing, because what I get to realize that we are supercomputers, and we are we are we are humans of addiction. Meaning, there are so many addictions. You have food addiction, you have pornography addiction, you have sex addiction. But what I learned about addiction is as a past member of pornography addiction, it's you thinking about, honestly, I go hard on myself. So if I should use myself, I go hard on myself. And I first got angry with myself in terms of the addiction. And when I read on what the addiction would do to me. So when I found out that my sperms pull nutrients from my bone marrow, I was like, no, I won't. I don't want to be releasing this every day and wasting this over some girl that might be an AI. So I delve deep in what I am addicted in, study the topic, and I realize that this is what I don't want. And I take steps. I read and I realized that having a woman around, yes, would be better because it's better to share your seed with a woman rather than sharing it with computer. Um, I also researched the topic semen retention and its benefits. So I I can't talk on what specific the addiction is, but if the addiction is sugar, magnesium is the answer. If the addiction is what? What it could be, what people like to eat, chips, snacks, research that when they put chips under microscope, it's pure worms moving, and that is parasites. You just have to research the addiction and how it is going to destroy you later down the line. And if you want this, continue. But if you don't want this, which I sure you wouldn't, um, start making simple gradual steps to break away from it. I did not say this is easy, but be ready. Oh, so someone say fish and chip. Be ready for the be ready for the repercussion, because the repercussion is this. What I learned is every addict become angry when they cannot get the drug, because that's how the mind operates. So when you take the drug, which the drug now would be either the chips, the fries, the sweet biscuit, the nice sweet biscuit. I said die with the biscuit, diabetes. You, you gotta work on knowing what this addiction end means. Where is the end of this addiction? So the addiction is sweet, the end is diabetes, insulin resistance affecting your pancreas. If it's pornography, eventually you will have low sperms count, or you will have no sperms count. If it's if it's watching TV, you will never be someone that someone watch. You will always be the consumer rather than the reproducer. Right. So I don't know if that will help for whoever asks a question, but I hope you can pick a pin from that point. Yeah.
I'd like to turn it on its head, because with everything there's two sides to everything.
Right.
So as I hear you say, what is the end in the addiction?
Right.
I'd like to look at what is the addiction connected to? Where did it start? What is it about? I mean, I hear you talk about pornography addiction and sex addiction,
Right.
which as somebody who has lived with somebody who was addicted to pornography,
Right.
the connection that I found within my research in trying to understand this situation with pornography was
Right.
that pornography ultimately it's a sexual act, okay, whether it
Right.
be on from one extreme to another, from different things. It's a sexual act, And what I realized while I was doing my research is that sex is connected to affection, connected to love.
Right.
Sex is connected to the dopamine, which gives us a feel good factor.
Right.
And so therefore, having an addiction to pornography, I found that not everyone addicted to pornography actually was addicted to the sex of the pornography, but more addicted to how it made them feel, whether it be the fact that they could pick and choose whoever it was at that time and there was no pressure, or it was the fact that they'd had a really shitty day at work, or they'd fallen out with their partner, or, you know, something had happened with their friendship group and they were able to go to the pornography and it helped them feel good, which was they were releasing some dopamine into their system. But ultimately, the connection was a lack of trust, affection in childhood. In childhood, in childhood, there was no time for intimacy or to learn what intimacy was really all about. And so therefore, even for some men or women, having a partner doesn't always equate to that addiction sliding away, because sometimes the addiction is not actually about sex directly. It's connected to having the closeness of someone. And not knowing what that feels like. So imagining the feeling and then putting it to sex. Does that make sense? Like a young girl not growing up with their father and feeling like any man's attention, if he's having sex with her, that feels like love, because she's never really experienced what true, genuine love of a man is. So therefore, if she has a sexual encounter with a man, it has the color of love, it has the color of affection, but isn't actually that true, genuine, clear, cool, nice, clean affection. Empress, I know you have something to say on that. I'm handing the mic to you.
No, what was running through my mind is the person who wants to know about the how to overcome an addiction. So basically what I do is I will ask the person a question and I will literally let them answer their own question. So that is actually my tactic of when someone asks a question, and you touch a little bit on it. Childhood, it comes from the childhood. So they will literally go back to what happened in their childhood, and the person will say to me, I was 8 years old when I felt like that. And I was like, that's where it's coming from. So they basically answer their own question, but I just support them and help them to find where it comes from. So because I can't really just answer that question without knowing what type it is or what question I should ask them. So it's kind of individualized sometimes.
Exactly. And this is why we have to look at the root cause.
Yeah.
We have to look at the root cause as to why we're addicted to that. Why if you were brought up in a household where nobody smoked, but you grew up and smoked?
Yeah.
You know,
so
why
it's the feeling you get, well, as you said, the feeling you get. So basically that feeling that you would explain to me how you feel at that time when you were doing that thing that you want to give up, I would trace it to somewhere along the line of your childhood, and you're going to tell me how you feel, and you wouldn't even notice that you actually just told me how you felt now when you did that thing to when you were 8 years old.
Right. And so I love that, because, you know, being able to trace things back to a place where we can then uproot it. This is Empress. This is one of the things I love to do, is gardening, right? I love planting seeds and growing things, right? It's a part of my liberty. Wherever I go, Jamaica, wherever, I always plant seeds and grow something. And while I'm gardening, one of my things, and I'll share it with you, one of my things that I do in order to uproot things from my inner child is the issues that I find myself in now. I see them as the weeds in the grass. So I dig them out and I call them by name. each one of them. Each weed, I dig it out and call it by name, whether it be stress, anxiety, whatever it might be. I call it by name.
You do
And
that when you have. That's the
right,
tapping.
exactly. I was going to say that. Exactly. So, and then when I'm planting new seeds like pumpkins, potatoes, whatever it is I'm growing, grapes, when I plant those seeds, I call them by name what I want to grow. So I'm no longer focusing on what is the issue. I'm focusing on the solution.
Yeah.
It's the solution in which I'm now going to water and nurture and take care of, and go out and see them every day and talk to them every day. I talk to my plants. I talk to trees. I talk to them. Because they are life and I am life. So I am connecting with life force, and I am allowing that energy of life to continue to flow in and around me. So this is where sometimes it's easier to deal with addictions, because the need is sometimes rooted in the things that need to be taken out.
Yeah.
So really, so it's almost like a false need. I'm making sense of what I'm saying. I'm just flowing here. It's like fear, like false evidence appearing real. So it's a false need. We might feel like we need those things because we didn't get that as a child. But if we uproot the idea of what love really is, love isn't always about hugging, cuddling, having sex, saying nice things, hanging, swinging people in the park and all these things. Sometimes love is, what you did yesterday really was not good.
Mhm.
And I feel it's good I feel it might be an idea that we talk about it so it doesn't happen again. That's love.
Yeah.
Love,
Exactly.
love is also, as True Version said, you have a sweet, you like to eat sweets. Let's have a look at what sugar is. Sugar is connected to love. Sugar is very much connected to love. So if you are eating a lot of sugar, it says that there is some love, a lack of love somewhere in your DNA, whether it be as a child. Right. So you're compensating for the love with the sugar. Same with salt. I think salt is to do with anger, I think, and crunchy. Wanting crisp, crunchy things is to do with anger, unresolved anger. So.
And what autism and ADHD like? Crunchy things.
Say that again. Say that again, sister.
Autistic and ADHD people, most of them love crunchy things.
Crunchy things, they do. They really do. Like crisp, rice cakes, anything that crunches, they'll definitely have a fixation on that. And that's a lot to do with some unresolved anger that might be going on. Now, that anger could really do with yourself. Sometimes it's not always about your child, sometimes it's you had a mission, you had a plan, maybe it was a relationship that you said you'd never leave, or and it happened, and the way that you responded to it or reacted to it, you're beating yourself up about it. And because you're beating yourself up about it constantly, you're angry with yourself. So how now can we look into these things and see as, okay, we have an issue with what they would call addiction. We have a situation that if we don't stop the addiction, it's going to lead to this. But we also have a situation where we need to know where the addiction started from. Empress or Knowledgable, True Version, give us a practical way of actually looking at the addiction, a practical way, a way that we could actually say right now is a way to stop and look and listen and work out how we're going to get over this, and we're going to heal and stop this tendency to eat constantly the same thing, binging, bulging, whatever it might be called.
Just education around the actual education around the actual addiction, the specific addiction. Education around it is very, very important.
Right.
Addiction is not always bad. It's just it's just a space where you're looping and you can't come up with a better idea yet. You can't come up with a better result, a better way to move on from it. So you're stuck. It's basically you're stuck there, but you haven't got the the tools to be able to move on from that. So that's where it calls addict. That's why we say it's not all addiction or bad addiction.
Mm-hmm.
Just that you haven't had the knowledge yet to be able to move forward or move from it.
Carrier, welcome. Yes, to be able to move from it. That's so true.
You see, when you come on to English language, which is a cursive language, there is so many twists to so many things. Tricia, you know, there is so many things.
Okay, so I'm from being Tracy all night. Tracy, now
Yeah.
I don't know what my name is. Imagine.
Yeah, because you know, when I look at it, is this. All right, you say practical, so let's go practical.
Yeah.
Right.
Isn't it
So
right?
look at marijuana. Look at marijuana. That is a psychedelic herb. See?
Mm.
A person who smoke marijuana every day, they would say that that person is addicted to smoking. But why are you not calling we brushing our teeth every day addiction and we eating a meal every day addiction? Why
Right.
is that? Why is that not called? So I tell you, you know, some things that we do call addiction, it's phase in our lives. Phase in our lives. It is phase. Because I know that everybody here can have something that they were doing that was not healthy for them. And right now we have passed it. And you not even remember say you pass it. Because as you grow older, as you seek more, you find more, you research more, as you become more knowledgeable, you evolve from things that you were practicing. Let me use one different word,
Yeah.
from addiction. So when I sit sometime and I realize that we're entangled with spells, word, even addiction itself. And I'm not saying that there are things where we do and do it often. That's not the dictionary meaning of addiction. But I am saying to you, if there is something that we're doing, we're afterwards, because I usually, when I was growing as a child, everybody who smoke marijuana is a bad person.
Mm-hmm.
Me meaning, yeah, you are, that is not good for you. But not that I encourage smoking. If you steam it, it would be better if you get the resin of it. But marijuana actually has its psychedelic benefits that put you in different dimension, that slows you down from this fast world.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, when it come on to the word addiction, boy, it is like, let me stick to what my grandmother said. Anything you do too much can bring harm to you.
That's right.
Anything that you Everything that you overdo, that's a layman way and a simple way how to put it. Anything that you overdo, listen, Cersei is good for you. But if you overdrink green Cersei, it can damage your liver. But
Right.
sir, if you overdrink Cersei, it can thin the blood, right?
Anything in moderation, everything.
Right. So, boy, may I tell you, I almost said Tracy.
It's all right. It's all right. Because you know what? At the end of the day, we're chopping it up, and you know the knowledge is powerful here tonight. I want to welcome DJ RP live. Also, greetings, my brother Delia and Country Bookie, Sandra, Love Burgers, and you locked in right now wherever you are. If you're listening to the repeat, or you're locked in live right now, thank you for being here on the Elevation Show. It's been an amazing and elevating conversation. One of the longest conversations I've had with a guest, to be fair, which I knew it was going to be.
Oh, it was going to be.
Oh, you thought you were going to be an hour?
An hour because I got an autism consultation at 3 o'clock, and I don't like doing the UK one because our time is just too much. It's like 5 hours or 6 hours ahead. It's just a lot to get in.
Oh,
It's like,
so have you missed your consultation, or are you still on time for that?
I missed it.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's yeah.
wow.
That also, yeah. That is what we are talking about. That is spirituality. The imperfections.
Yes.
Yeah, that is it.
Yeah.
All right. So sometimes, as me say, we are every time. You see, because we are planted, we implanted to say that we must do everything correct.
Mhm.
Me don't know about nobody else, but I remember years gone, I can't beat myself bad, you see.
Yeah.
I could have beat myself bad. But yeah man, addiction it, it has to do with anything that you overdo, man, will destroy you.
Yeah.
Because we were not created to sit in any one place, eat any one thing, do any one practices forever and ever. Abracadabra. Amen.
Not
No,
so.
no. We are here to indulge in a little soup, a little porridge, a little cooked food provisions, a little cheat day where
Yeah.
we don't shock the body too much. You
Exactly.
understand?
Exactly.
Yes. And a little bit of red wine. I never tell anyone to drink any alcohol. Don't call my name.
But red wine is very good for you in moderation. It's very good
Thank
for
you.
red
Thank
wine.
you.
Regulates
Thank you.
your
Thank you.
very,
Yeah,
very,
man. Yeah, man.
and it
So,
is a drink that I will go to nowadays. I'm not a drinker anymore, but if I do have a drink, it's going to be a red wine.
yes, yes.
I know
Likewise.
it's doing
Likewise.
for my blood at the same time. But the same way, 2 or 3 glasses of that, then you tipped over the you're
Yeah,
gone
yeah, yeah.
as
Come
well.
on, you start to have a little wavering, baby. Yeah,
Exactly,
yeah, yeah.
exactly. So knowledgeable true version. I heard you say earlier, and it stuck with me, and it left, and then it came back, and it's come back again. So the question must be asked. I hear you talking about semen retention, okay? And there's been a little bit of a discrepancy in the terms of what actual semen retention is. And here are the two analogies of semen retention that I have, and I hope that you can help me clear this up. So the first one is semen retention, as in you're a single man, you don't have any sexual partners physically, and you don't indulge in anything sexual with yourself where you can be ejaculating. The second one is that you're actually with a partner. You have a husband. I just gonna say husband or wife. You have a wife.
Right,
You
right,
have,
right.
and do you participate in sexual activities with her? However, you do not ejaculate when you reach the climax. Which one is officially semen retention being practiced?
All right. So for me,
Mhm.
and based on experience,
Voilà.
um, the temptation is not good for semen retention because can I say on the show that it doesn't matter how we go around and pretend the vagina was created for the penis in a sense.
Mhm.
Therefore, when I was practicing semen retention from my personal perspective in 2020, um, and other males that I hear talk, semen retention normally practice with men when they are working on finding their purpose. It's tied to when a man reach a catastrophic feel in their life and they want to rehabilitate, find themselves, cut off all the destruction. And I'm not calling woman destruction, but the vagina can be, and the internet and the internet is out there. Pornography is 77% of the internet. It's all over there with the women with the sexy clothes, and you know that the percentage of the man mind, it is majority is sexual. So the man go for what they see. So if you're not cutting off the temptation, you will fall. You won't last if you're practicing and you have a time frame that you're holding out. However, the benefits are humongous in terms of not numbers, but the true benefits of you as a man. It's embedded in raising your vibration from the crown, from the root chakra to the crown chakra, because even though as humans, natural nature, we are love having sex, it can also take us very low as where it is, because out of the 7 chakras that we talk about there are many more than 7, but the category where they put the 7 in, the one at your pubic is still the lower chakra. If you only see life from that perspective, you will see everybody as a piece of meat, everybody you want to have sex with. And this is what leads to taking down a lot of empire. And I'm not even going biblical. I've seen it where I've met great people doing great work, and because of their root chakra, they have lost their whole empire has been torn down because of this one girl or this one man that they cannot be able to resist, even when they were just about having sex with them rather than building the empire. So semen retention also boosts the immune system of a man. It boosts the energy. It's good for when you're trying to do muscle development. It's good for the brain. And there is so much advantage, but this is not an easy task. So it also proves the strength of a man's mental faculty. If a man is able to do semen retention, average man today, their pussy crave. Average. So
what is okay, we realize that, you know, and thank you for your explanation and helping us to understand the benefits of semen retention.
Right.
But what is actual, when is actual semen retention working, in a sense that, okay, masturbation is something that you do
right
with yourself, by yourself, technically, okay?
Right.
But then to be intimate with your partner would cause you to get to a climax, to have an orgasm, and then you would ejaculate.
Right.
Is semen retention where you're at that point with your partner where you're about to ejaculate and you don't? Is that where the real power of the semen retention is? Is that real semen retention as a practice, or is it just as a whole that you just don't ejaculate at all? Because okay, if you're single, I'm just trying to break this down for those listening. If you're single,
right.
and you don't have a woman, technically you wouldn't be ejaculating. Technically, you wouldn't be ejaculating, would you? So therefore, sorry. So therefore, the practice of semen retention is kind of null and void until you bring in masturbation and pornography. So is the main crux of semen retention and the strength of it and the benefits of it is when you're actually having sex with a woman and you do not ejaculate? Do you understand?
Yeah, I understand the question. The truth about it is, I wouldn't say that the real test of semen retention is when you're having sex with a woman and not ejaculating. Why? Because sex is a ritual, and it's more deeper than you saving your semen. So say for example, someone is catastrophic, have a lot of trauma, and you go with that person, but as a man, you never ejaculate. That does not mean you don't take on the trauma or the energy. So what sense saving the semen? So that would make sense. So I would credit semen retention as of not having any sex, any at all. Any at all. That would be the real semen retention for me over here. The one, if I would, I normally say this in my early 20s to my friend. If you're having sex with a lady and you don't see her as a lady that could bring your seed, don't bother to have any sex with her.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because in my head, I know that by nature, even if we use protection and we should be um, true to ourselves, we know eventually we won't use any. Therefore, what would be the purpose for you saving the semen? The real truth of the real purpose of the semen is for reproduction. But
Right.
every time you release the semen, you're not reproducing. So even though we go and do it, the truth is it's of no benefits. The sex is for leisure. However, why not have leisure and procreation with the person that means you good? Now I get to realize that they lie. That when the sperms go in the woman after 3 days, the ones that go in the ovary for fertilization, the rest die. That's a lie. It goes to the nervous system of the woman.
Mm-hmm.
And when I learned that it goes to the nervous system of the woman, a woman that has multiple sex partners and these sperms go to them, that is why that woman be confused. Because by right, the sperms that go in the woman,
Mm-hmm.
she should naturally be following the lead of that man. But when several sperms are there from several partners, she don't know who to take the lead from. So, because they lie to us, if in even the biology book, you have to pick your own logic. And if some men are here and they're willing to talk, we have our experiences. We know that we have been with women and we realize that we're going down. And we have been with women like, no, look, and we have been going up.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Right. So we know that it's a sexual ritual and it either bring you up or it what? Bring you down. Right. So I would say that why not do the retention without the temptation and then cut the and then cut the semen retention with someone you can both have leisure and procreate with, and then there will be no struggle there.
Mm-hmm.
You will keep a class, a sexual ritual class with someone that can work magic for you and a family upbringing. So
Absolutely.
yeah, it's a very deep thing,
So
Yeah.
in saying that, when you talk about the semen entering the woman and the rest of the sperm being going into a nervous system, would that say then that ADHD and autism is something that goes through the bloodstream, can be passed on from males to females who may not have ADHD, but they have ADHD and they pass it on, and you have an ADHD or autistic child?
No, I wouldn't say that based on the sensitivity of
Do with your environment.
you have to do with your environment and parenting. It has to do with what happened to the child from in the womb to 7 year old. It can be younger, but a lot of us don't know that a child becomes who they are from what happened in the womb. That means if you ill treat the mother, the trauma can go to the baby in the belly.
Absolutely.
Right. So we are thinking that, oh, from the child come out. No, it starts from the growing of the fetus in the belly. So guess what? You may not, a person may not know that cursing the mother with the child inside. You curse the child.
Absolutely.
So it's a very deep, deep rooted. You know, you ask some question when they're going on some deep corners, you know. Yeah.
And you know what? Growing up as a child, right? My friends at school and stuff always used to say, don't we have conversations, but they say don't ask Tricia because she's just gonna go deep.
Oh, that's
As
a
a
good
child,
one. That's
they
a
was
good
as a
one.
child, and I used to take it as like a diss, like you're too deep. Do you know what I
Right.
mean? But I realized that obviously that was a tendency I have due to the wonderful brain that I
Yeah.
work with. And it also I feel was because that there weren't very many answers that were given to me as a child. I had to find them for myself. And so therefore there would be conversations I would have with myself.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? And seek a higher knowledge somehow. I wasn't brought up with any grandparents. So I don't know what it is to say grandma or granddad or to go to granny's house and granny tell me the old stories or show me how to cook. I didn't grow up with any grandparents, and I didn't really grow up with any elders, like elderly people in my family. So therefore, where does deepness come from? Me no know, right? Because it's not like I had some deep rooted spiritual Christian. I mean, yeah, there was a lot of Christian, I suppose, but
DNA.
You didn't have the people around to ask the questions. That's why. That's where it comes from. So you're very,
Soul
yeah,
searching. So
you're
it's all
searching for answers.
right. And that you didn't explain
Mhm.
in the ADHD
Everything it
when
comes from
you're now becoming the adult, like the bigger
repairing
thinker.
yourself.
Yeah, so you're reparent yourself. So and that's why I tell you these names where the doctors give us where we are take as negative. There is actually a positive flip. I would say that with superhuman, the dyslexic boy we are looking over here. So you understand? We're superhuman. They give
you,
us name. Yes,
Delight,
man.
I just want to
Yes.
big up Delight who's going to work right now. No, Delight has some tendencies with ADHD and always locks in as well. So thank you, Delight, for being a part of the show. He's leaving work now and said he'd be back soon. So thank you for being a part of the show, and welcome if you've just joined as well. So yes, knowledgeable true version. Continue. Sorry. But yeah, that's the thing with our brains. We have to sometimes seek the knowledge for ourselves. And I like how you was putting it, knowledgeable, of seeking, is it that higher or deeper knowledge within self? Because I always think that schools have got it the wrong way around. Instead of educating a child, which is to put things into a child, I feel like we should be pulling things out, like eruditing the children. You know, you draw out what is within them already, because we all come with a knowing. We all come with some kind of knowing and some kind of knowledge. And that's why we ask the questions we ask, because we kind of already know the answers. We just need to, you know, I don't recall why I was said all of what I said, but yeah. I
Yeah,
feel
man.
like we're getting to that point in the show now where I want to thank you for, first and foremost, for being here once again. But I also, before we start to wrap up, I mean, it's 60 minutes past 10 now, so yeah, it's been an amazing night, very long night, but very informative and enlightening. But before we close, I'd like to hear one final reflection from each of you. What's the wisdom, or the wisdom, I like to say, the WIZ dome, that you want to leave with our listeners tonight, starting with the Empress.
I would say be continue to be the best version of you. Speak your truth, and it doesn't matter what anyone think. Just believe in yourself and just carry on like you're the only person in the world, and just whatever you give out is what you get back in. So if you give out a lot of love, that's what the universe is gonna give back to you. So just be your absolute self and speak your truth no matter what.
Mhm.
And love on yourself.
And so be your absolute self. And so before I move on to True Version, our next guest, this is something that, you know, I want to ask each guest that I have. The next guest that's coming, I'd like you to leave in 3 words of encouragement that I can pass on to him from yourselves, and so on and so forth.
Oh, the next guest to go come on. 3 words of encouragement.
3 words
Yeah.
of
Yes,
encouragement.
yes.
Seek peace. Seek
Seek,
peace. Yeah,
seek.
peace.
Uh-huh.
And everything else will follow. Be enthusiastic about everything that you do, and take a lot of me time. Sit with self a lot.
And sit with self a lot. So seek peace and everything else will follow. Be, be enthusiastic about everything that you do, and sit with self a lot. Yes?
Yes.
Perfect. On to, thank you so much. Powerful words right there. So Knowledgable True Version.
Yes. Yes.
Turn.
My turn.
First
Yes.
of all, what wisdom
Right.
what wisdom would you like to leave for the next generation?
Next generation. All right. So next generation, about turning our motivation of the day. Remember that the stone that the builder refused go bust their head. Yes. Stone that the builder refused go roll from the hillside with so many force and end up just they have to pay your attention. Find your gift. Find your gift. Attach a business to it, and you will make energy, which you call money, while you're sleeping. Remember, knowing thyself means knowing how your internal organs and external organs work. It have nothing to do with makeup, your clothes, and how you look. It has everything to do with knowing how your artwork, your circulatory system, respiratory system, endocrine system, lymphatic system. Study those. When you study those, you're able to make yourself healthy, and then you can pass wisdom to others. The next one, all are we. With any one of your default or your negativity, well, not your negativity, anything that you have that you know like about yourself, it's a trait of gift. It's your superpower. Anything where you have by yourself where you don't like are your superpower. Learn to make it work for you. Because peace is good, but it takes a little bit of war sometimes to create peace. Life is a balance. Not hurt yourself. Don't be too hard on yourself. And finally, to conclude, yo, laugh after everything. Find your inner child. Find one game where you were in love when you was a child, like when me start play back football. Doctor, when you tell me say me could use back the knee here for playing on football, I say go to hell, doctor. And I'm playing my ball on Sundays. And when the guy curse me curse them back. I'll say, don't bully me. I am older than most of you here. Anyway, find back something where you love. One sport, play. Play. Hard work and no play make Jane a dull girl. Hard work and no play make Jack a dull boy. I just give you in both genders. Mwah! Love you, no.
Fantastic. Love that. Love that. So just to To recap, if I can, the stone that the builder refused will bust their head. I like that. Simply saying that find your gift, make a business with it, and elevate your life. Yes? All of us have negative in us that we don't like. Find out what it is, and you'll realize it's your superpower. And life is about balance. So laugh about everything and find what you love. Am I right? Did I get it right?
Yeah, you get it right. Yeah, that's a summary. Very good. Good.
Thank you. Thank you
Right.
so much for both of you. And I love the mission that you on. First, before I let you go, though, I want you to just recap on what the name of the product that you are using right now that is helping people with ADHD or autism manage the symptoms that they have or help to ease the symptoms that they have. Please tell us what the product is called and how, if you want them to get in touch with me or whatever, we can get the product to them. Tell us about it.
So it is the autism, speech delay, or ADHD package. So it's a package. It comes with a consultation. It comes with tincture for the gut. And then it comes with a heavy metal detox called Zeo Kids. So it's the Zeo Kids that is going viral all over the world. And the gut one is the brilliant brain. So it's 2-in-1: gut health and the brain development. So all of the magnesium spray. The magnesium spray is very, very important as well. So that helps to relax the children. It helps with impulse control and helps them to sleep longer. And also all 4 of those things goes hand in hand. So the consultation is very important to have, because I will tell parents, guardians, what to remove from the diet and what to put in their lifestyle to make everything work together. So it's called AUT package.
AUT package. So will this help adults with ADHD or women with ADHD? Because we are actually in a time right now where women, especially melanated women, are being diagnosed a lot later in life with ADHD. Is this something that they themselves could embark on, the whole package of cleaning the gut and stuff like that?
Yes. So we have 2 different heavy metal detox. So we've got the Zeo Kids for the children from 2 to 11 years old, and we've got the heavy metal detox from 12 to adults.
Okay, 12 to adults.
So it's basically for children and adults.
Nice.
Yeah.
And you ship all around the world?
All around the world.
Yeah, man.
DHL, normal post.
Yes, we ship through the website that you can type fully recognized on Google, KTV Herbal Remedies. You would know that the KTV mean knowledgeable, true virgin. Yeah, the family. Yeah, so KTV Herbal Remedies. If you type that in Google, the website will just come up. It's independent. It's not any Amazon. It's not any other entities. It's just independent to us. Yeah, man, if you go there, we have a wide vast of things from toothpaste to deodorant. Everything is natural there, from the
Fantastic.
earth. Yeah, from the earth.
Absolutely love it. Thank you so much. You are absolutely amazing. Well, family, listen, it's been amazing elevating with you all tonight. Big love once again to Knowledgeable True Version and Empress True Version for sharing their journey and their mission like real warriors out here. Don't forget, people, to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you'd like to support the movement of the Elevation Show, then why not go over to Buy Me a Coffee. That's www.buymeacoffee.com/The Elevation Show. Until next time, I want you to elevate your mind, elevate your life, and elevate your spirit. I'm Tricia O'Neill, the elevator, and I will see you all again, same time, same place, same energy. This frequency, this day, we don't hate, we elevate, for love is the highest frequency. Much love, much love, much love. I'm going to end this on the YouTube. We've still been live, and on the TikTok. And if you would like to get involved on this show, if you'd like, you have a topic that you'd like to talk about, please DM me, or you can email the Elevation Show at proton.me. That's the Elevation Show at proton.me. More love and blissfulness to the Empress and the Emperor on screen, and wishing you a wonderful day. Continue on. I know the sun is shining. I can see it shining through your window while it is dark, dark, dark right now where I am. But I don't jealous you. I just make no say I have to hurry up and forward to the island again. You know, the last spend I was out there for 9 months straight, and it was like when I came back to England, I was vexed. I mean, like really vexed. I mean, I've been and come back and been and come back, but this time I was vexed. I was like, nah, this is definitely against the Most High's will for my life. So anyway, that is me seeing the sun and saying thank you once again. More love. Have a wonderful time, a wonderful day, and speak to you both soon again. Bye for now.
Okay. Respect. Thank you. Wait.
I don't know how to end this.